Have you ever wondered about the hidden stories within the world of Pokémon? Beyond the battles, the gyms, and the Pokédex entries lie fragments of myth, whispers of forgotten lore and echoes of ancient power. These aren't just details tucked away in a game. They are windows into a world far richer and more mysterious than we often realise. A world where grief fuels strength, symbols shape reality, and even glitches carry meaning. Tonight, we embark on a quiet journey to uncover these forgotten myths. We'll wander through stories long overlooked, exploring the origins of some of the most enigmatic Pokémon, their backstories, their powers, and the emotions that give them life. This isn't just about remembering, it's about understanding. Understanding the grief of a Cubone, the loneliness of a Darkrai, the strange consciousness of the Unown. It's about seeing the Pokémon world through new eyes, finding the beauty, the sorrow, and the wonder woven beneath its surface. So settle in, dim the lights, get comfortable, and let your mind drift into this hidden world. Our journey begins with a Pokémon whose story is etched in sorrow, a creature forever bound to the memory of its lost mother, Cubone. But first, I want to speak directly to you, the viewer. Most of you have already subscribed, and I can't thank you enough for that. But if you haven't yet, take a second to hit that subscribe button. It's free, it really helps our little community grow, and we've got plenty of exciting Pokémon content you won't want to miss. Thanks again. Now, back to the video. Cubone, the Weeping Skull. Imagine a world where loss isn't just an emotion but a constant companion, a shadow that never leaves. That is Cubone's reality. The lonely Pokémon, forever mourning the mother it will never see again. Yet within its sorrow lies something profound. The skull it wears is more than a symbol of grief. It's a shield, a way of surviving in a world that has already taken so much. The skull protects Cubone not only from danger, but from its own pain. It hides its face, perhaps to spare others the sight of its tears, or to protect itself from having to confront its reflection. But protection and imprisonment often share the same shape. The mask that guards Cubone may also trap it in eternal mourning. When Cubone evolves into Marowak, something changes. It no longer hides behind the skull, yet it still carries the bone, a relic of what was lost. Evolution doesn't erase sorrow, it transforms it. Some say Marowak has learned to channel its grief into fierce love and protection, guarding its young with unbreakable resolve. Others believe that the sadness never truly fades, that it lingers quietly, now tempered into strength. Then there is Alolan Marowak, a fiery ghost who dances with the spirits of its ancestors. Its flames are said to be guided by those who came before, each flicker a memory. In this form, grief is no longer something to overcome, it's something embraced, a bridge between the living and the dead. It tells us that sorrow and strength can coexist, that even loss can light the way forward. Cubone's story reminds us that grief can be a teacher, that pain, when faced with courage, can become a source of power and compassion. In Cubone's lonely cry under the moonlight, there is both tragedy and hope, a quiet promise that healing doesn't mean forgetting, but learning to carry what was lost with gentleness. But Cubone's tale is only the beginning, for hidden deeper within the Pokémon world are beings unlike any other. Symbols come to life, fragments of language itself, shaping the fabric of reality with every movement. Their forms shift, their meanings change, and their presence blurs the line between thought and existence. These are the Unown, the sentient symbols from a forgotten civilization. And their mystery may reveal how the Pokémon world itself was written into being. The loneliness of Cubone, a tangible grief made manifest in the skull it carries, is a powerful image. It speaks to a universal experience, the pain of loss and the struggle to cope with absence. But the Pokémon world, as you're beginning to see, often twists these familiar emotions, imbues them with a strange, almost mystical energy. Consider the weight Cubone carries, literally and figuratively. The skull isn't just a mask, it's a constant physical reminder of its mother. It's a barrier, shielding it from the world, but also isolating it within its own sorrow. It begs the question, does Cubone even remember its mother's face, or has the skull become its only identity? This brings us to the central question of the Cubone mythos. Is the skull a symbol of grief, or a symbol of protection? Perhaps it's both. Perhaps the two are inextricably linked. The skull protects Cubone from the pain of the world, but it also traps it in a perpetual state of mourning. Think about the implications of this duality. The very thing that keeps Cubone safe also prevents it from moving on. It's a poignant representation of how grief can both comfort and constrict. The evolution into Marowak offers a potential resolution to this conflict. When Cubone evolves, it sheds the skull, seemingly leaving its grief behind. But does it truly? Marowak still carries the bone, a tangible connection to its past. It also becomes fiercely protective of its young, suggesting a deep understanding of loss and a desire to prevent others from experiencing the same pain. Is this a sign that Marowak has overcome its grief, or simply transformed it into a different form? Has it found peace, or is it still haunted by the memory of its mother? The answer is likely complex and nuanced. Marowak may never fully escape its past, but it can learn to live with it, to channel its grief into something positive. The bone it carries becomes a symbol of its resilience, a reminder of its ability to endure even in the face of unimaginable loss. This interpretation is supported by the existence of Alolan Marowak. This regional variant, with its fiery bone club and ghostly typing, represents a powerful transformation. It's a symbol of overcoming grief and embracing inner strength. The Alolan Marowak story is particularly compelling. It suggests that even in the darkest of times there is always hope for renewal. It's a reminder that grief can be a catalyst for change, a source of empowerment, and a path to self-discovery. But even Alolan Marowak is not without its shadows. The flames that engulf its bone club are said to be the spirits of its ancestors, guiding and protecting it. This suggests that even in its evolved form, Marowak is still connected to its past, still influenced by the memory of its mother. So what are we to make of Cubone's story? What does it tell us about the nature of grief, protection, and the potential for hidden power? It tells us that grief is a complex and multifaceted emotion. It can be both a burden and a source of strength, a barrier and a catalyst. It tells us that protection is not always about shielding ourselves from the world, but rather about finding ways to cope with its challenges, to integrate our experiences into our identity. And it tells us that we all possess a hidden potential, a wellspring of strength that can be tapped into even in the darkest of times. The story of Cubone is a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable loss, there is always hope for a brighter future. It's a reminder that we are all capable of enduring even the most difficult challenges, and that we can emerge from the darkness stronger and more resilient than ever before. But beyond the official lore, the fan theories surrounding Cubone offer even more intriguing perspectives. Some believe that the skull is not actually its mother's skull, but rather a mask that Cubone creates to resemble its mother. This theory suggests that Cubone is not simply mourning its mother, but is actively trying to recreate her, to fill the void left by her absence. Others believe that Cubone's tears have magical properties, that they can heal wounds and mend broken hearts. This theory suggests that Cubone's grief is not just a source of sorrow, but also a source of compassion and empathy. Still others believe that Cubone is destined to become a powerful warrior, channeling its grief into a fierce determination to protect itself and others. This theory suggests that Cubone's sorrow is not a weakness, but a strength, a driving force that propels it forward. Consider the implications of these theories. They challenge the conventional view of Cubone as a purely tragic figure. They suggest that there is more to Cubone than meets the eye, that it possesses a hidden potential waiting to be unlocked. The idea of spiritual power fueled by grief is a recurring theme in mythology and literature. Think of the Irish mythological figure, Cuchulainn, whose battle rage, fueled by loss and betrayal, made him nearly invincible. Or consider the character of Lisbeth Salander in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, whose traumatic past fuels her fierce independence and her determination to fight against injustice. Could Cubone be similar? Could its grief be the key to unlocking its full potential? The answer may lie in understanding the true nature of its connection to its mother. Perhaps the skull is not just a symbol of loss, but also a symbol of love, a reminder of the bond that it shared with its mother. Perhaps Cubone's grief is not just a burden, but also a gift, a source of empathy and compassion that allows it to connect with others on a deeper level. Perhaps Cubone's destiny is not to be a lonely wanderer, but to be a protector, a healer, a symbol of hope in a world filled with darkness. The spiritual power fueled by grief is a concept that resonates deeply with the human experience. We all experience loss at some point in our lives. It's a painful and inevitable part of being human. But it's also an opportunity for growth, a chance to learn and to become stronger. Grief can teach us empathy, compassion, and resilience. It can help us to appreciate the preciousness of life and to cherish the relationships that we have. It can also inspire us to make a difference in the world, to use our experiences to help others who are struggling. Cubone's story is a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable loss, there is always hope for a brighter future. It's a reminder that we are all capable of enduring even the most difficult challenges, and that we can emerge from the darkness stronger and more resilient than ever before. So, next time you see a Cubone, don't just see a lonely, mournful Pokémon. See a creature of immense potential, a symbol of hope, a testament to the power of the human spirit, or perhaps the Pokémon spirit. But the story of Cubone, as compelling as it is just the beginning. The Pokémon world is filled with countless other mysteries, forgotten myths, and hidden legends. And some of the most intriguing of these involve beings that defy easy explanation, creatures that seem to exist outside the normal boundaries of reality. I'm talking about the Unown, sentient symbols whose very existence warps the world around them. What secrets do they hold, and what is the true extent of their power? Prepare to have your understanding of the Pokémon universe challenged, because the truth about the Unown is more bizarre and unsettling than you could ever imagine. The image of Cubone, forever masked by the skull of its departed mother, is a haunting one. It speaks to the enduring power of grief, the way loss can shape identity, and the lengths to which we go to protect ourselves from pain. But is Cubone truly trapped by its sorrow, or is there a hidden strength within this seemingly fragile creature? Let's delve deeper into the Cubone mythos, examining the skull not just as a symbol of mourning, but also as a potential source of power. The skull, after all, is bone, and bone is a symbol of strength, resilience, and the enduring nature of life. Could it be that Cubone, by carrying this piece of its mother with it, is actually drawing strength from her memory? Consider the fact that Cubone uses the bone as a weapon. It's not just a keepsake, it's a tool for survival. This suggests that Cubone is not simply passive in its grief, but is actively fighting to protect itself, to carve out a place in a world that has dealt it a cruel blow. The skull also serves as a mask, concealing Cubone's face from the world. This could be interpreted as a sign of vulnerability, a desire to hide from prying eyes. But it could also be seen as a form of empowerment, a way for Cubone to control how it is perceived. By hiding its face, Cubone denies others the opportunity to judge it, to pity it, or to exploit its sorrow. The Marowak connection adds another layer of complexity to this narrative. When Cubone evolves, it sheds the skull, seemingly leaving its grief behind. But as we've discussed, the bone remains, a constant reminder of its past. Is this a sign that Marowak has overcome its grief, or simply transformed it into a different form? The answer, I believe, lies in understanding the role of protection in Marowak's life. Marowak is fiercely protective of its young, often risking its own safety to defend them from harm. This suggests that Marowak has learned from its own experiences, that it understands the pain of loss and is determined to prevent others from suffering the same fate. In this sense, Marowak's grief has become a source of strength, a driving force that motivates it to protect and nurture others. It has transformed its own pain into a powerful force for good. The Alolan Marowak takes this transformation even further. As a fire ghost type, it embodies the power of grief and the resilience of the human spirit. The flames that engulf its bone club are said to be the spirits of its ancestors, guiding and protecting it. This suggests that Alolan Marowak has not only overcome its own grief, but has also found a way to connect with the past, to draw strength from the memories of those who came before it. The story of Alolan Marowak is a testament to the transformative power of grief. It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope for renewal, for growth, for a brighter future. But what about the fan theories surrounding Cubone? Do they offer any further insights into the nature of its grief and its potential for hidden power? One popular theory suggests that the skull is not actually its mother's skull, but rather a part of its own body that hardens and detaches after the mother's passing. This theory suggests that Cubone is not simply wearing a symbol of grief, but is literally carrying a piece of its mother within itself. This interpretation adds a deeply personal dimension to Cubone's story. It suggests that Cubone's grief is not just an external force, but an integral part of its being. It's a reminder that grief can change us, shape us, and become woven into the fabric of our identity. Another theory suggests that Cubone's tears have healing properties, that they can soothe wounds and mend broken hearts. This theory suggests that Cubone's grief is not just a source of sorrow, but also a source of compassion and empathy. It's a reminder that even in our own pain, we can find the capacity to heal others. Still, another theory suggests that Cubone is destined to become a powerful warrior, channeling its grief into a fierce determination to protect itself and others. This theory suggests that Cubone's sorrow is not a weakness, but a strength, a driving force that propels it forward. These theories, while speculative, offer a compelling alternative to the traditional view of Cubone as a purely tragic figure. They suggest that there is more to Cubone than meets the eye, that it possesses a hidden potential waiting to be unlocked. The idea of spiritual power fueled by grief is a concept that resonates deeply with the human experience. We often hear stories of people who have overcome unimaginable adversity, who have turned their pain into a source of strength, who have used their experiences to make a positive impact on the world. These stories are a reminder that we are all capable of more than we think, that we all possess the potential to transform our suffering into something meaningful. Cubone's story, in its own unique way, reflects this same truth. So, what is the true nature of Cubone's grief? Is it a burden, a trap, a source of weakness? Or is it a gift, a catalyst, a source of hidden power? The answer, I believe, is that it is all of these things. Grief is a complex and multifaceted emotion. It can be both a source of pain and a source of strength, a barrier and a catalyst. It's up to us to choose how we will respond to it, to decide whether we will allow it to define us or whether we will use it to become something more. Cubone's story is a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable loss, there is always hope for a brighter future. It's a reminder that we are all capable of enduring even the most difficult challenges, and that we can emerge from the darkness stronger and more resilient than ever before. And that resilience, that inherent strength, is a power that should never be underestimated. But even as we contemplate the depths of Cubone's sorrow and the potential for strength within it, we must remember that this is just one small piece of the vast and intricate Pokémon universe. There are countless other mysteries waiting to be uncovered, forgotten myths yearning to be retold, and some of the most enigmatic of these mysteries revolve around beings known as the Unown. These ancient symbols, said to possess the power to warp reality itself, hold secrets that could reshape our understanding of the entire Pokémon world. But what is the true nature of their power, and what message are they trying to convey? The answer, as you're about to discover, is far more complex and unsettling than you could ever imagine. We turn now to the enigmatic Unown, Pokémon unlike any other, shrouded in mystery and brimming with untold potential. They are not merely creatures, they are living glyphs, fragments of an ancient language capable of reshaping reality itself. Have you ever looked at a word and felt a strange resonance, a sense that it held more meaning than just its definition? That feeling is just a hint of the power the Unown wield. Each Unown represents a letter of the alphabet, and their forms, though simple, are far from arbitrary. They are the key to unlocking a deeper understanding of the Pokémon world, a world where language and reality are intertwined. Consider their appearance. Stark black bodies with a single, unblinking eye. They seem to exist on the edge of perception, flitting in and out of view, as if reluctant to fully manifest in our world. This ethereal quality is no accident. It reflects their connection to a realm beyond our own, a place where thoughts take shape and words become reality. But where did they come from? The answer, like the Unown themselves, is shrouded in mystery. One of the most prominent locations associated with these Pokémon is the ruins of Alph, a sprawling complex of ancient structures found in the Johto region. Here, amidst crumbling walls and forgotten chambers, the Unown gather, their presence resonating with the power of the past. The ruins of Alph are more than just a collection of old stones. They are a testament to a civilization that understood the power of language in a way we can only begin to imagine. Within the ruins, intricate puzzles and hidden chambers hint at the knowledge possessed by these ancient people. They understood how to harness the Unown's power, how to use their forms to shape the world around them. What secrets lie buried beneath these stones? What rituals did these people perform? And what cataclysm led to the ruin of their civilization? These questions linger in the air, carried on the whispers of the Unown themselves. The ruins of Alph are not the only place where the Unown have been found. Similar structures exist in other regions, each bearing the mark of these enigmatic Pokémon. The Tanabe ruins in the Seavey Islands, for example, are home to Unown that seem to resonate with a different energy, a different aspect of their power. And the Solession ruins in Sinnoh tell a similar story, a story of ancient knowledge and forgotten power. These locations, scattered across the Pokémon world, suggest that the Unown were once far more widespread, their influence felt in every corner of the land. But what happened to them? Why are they now confined to these isolated ruins? Perhaps the answer lies in the very nature of their power. The Unown are capable of warping reality, of bringing thoughts and ideas into existence. But such power is not without its risks. It can be easily misused, twisted to serve selfish desires, or unleashed without control. Could it be that the ancient civilization that revered the Unown ultimately succumbed to their power? Did they unleash a force they could not contain, leading to their own destruction? It's a chilling thought, but one that cannot be dismissed. The power of the Unown is not limited to ancient ruins. It can be felt even today in the presence of these enigmatic Pokémon. When a group of Unown gather, their individual powers combine, amplifying their ability to warp reality. Imagine a room filled with Unown, each one vibrating with energy, their eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. As they begin to resonate, the very fabric of reality starts to unravel. Objects may appear and disappear, gravity may shift, and the laws of physics may seem to bend to their will. This power is not always destructive. It can also be used to create, to heal, and to inspire. The Unown can bring dreams to life, manifest forgotten memories, and even grant wishes. But such power comes with a responsibility, a need for control and understanding. The potential of the Unown is limitless. They could reshape the world, create new dimensions, and even rewrite the laws of nature. But what is their purpose? What message are they trying to convey? Are they simply mindless symbols acting on instinct? Or are they sentient beings with their own thoughts, feelings, and motivations? The answer is not clear, but the evidence suggests that there is more to the Unown than meets the eye. Consider their ability to communicate through telepathy. When you encounter an Unown, you may hear whispers in your mind, fragments of thoughts and emotions. These whispers are not always clear, but they offer a glimpse into the Unown's inner world. They seem to be trying to tell us something, to share their knowledge and their experiences. But what is it that they want us to know? Are they warning us of a danger? Are they offering us a gift? Or are they simply trying to connect with us, to bridge the gap between our world and theirs? The mystery of the Unown's purpose is one of the most compelling questions in the Pokémon world. It is a question that has captivated researchers, trainers, and fans alike. And it is a question that may never be fully answered. But even without a definitive answer, the Unown continue to fascinate and inspire us. They remind us that there is more to the world than we can see, that there are forces beyond our comprehension, and that the power of language is far greater than we ever imagined. Think of the stories we tell, the myths we create, and the legends we pass down through generations. These stories shape our understanding of the world, influence our beliefs, and even determine our actions. The Unown take this power to an entirely new level. They don't just tell stories, they create them. They don't just influence reality, they reshape it. They are a reminder that the world is not fixed, that it is constantly evolving, and that we have the power to influence that evolution. But with that power comes a responsibility, a need to use it wisely and to understand its consequences. The Unown are a symbol of the unknown, a reminder that there are still mysteries to be solved, secrets to be uncovered, and wonders to be discovered. They are a challenge to our understanding of the world, a call to explore the limits of our knowledge, and an invitation to embrace the power of imagination. But let's dig deeper into the connection between the Unown and language. It's not just that they resemble letters, it's that their very existence seems to be tied to the act of communication, to the power of words to shape reality. Imagine a scenario. A group of Unown gather around a specific word, focusing their energy on its meaning, its sound, its very essence. As they concentrate, the word begins to manifest in the real world. A thought becomes a thing, an idea becomes a reality. This is the power of the Unown, the ability to bring language to life. But how does it work? What is the mechanism that allows these Pokémon to manipulate reality in such a profound way? One theory suggests that the Unown are connected to a hidden dimension, a realm of pure thought and energy. This dimension is where ideas take shape, where words have power, and where the laws of physics are different from our own. When the Unown gather, they create a bridge between this dimension and our own. They channel the energy of pure thought into our reality, using their forms as conduits for this power. The specific form of each Unown determines the type of energy it channels. An Unown shaped like the letter A, for example, might channel the energy of creation, while an Unown shaped like the letter D might channel the energy of destruction. By combining their powers, the Unown can create complex effects, manipulating reality in ways that defy our understanding. They can heal wounds, create illusions, and even alter the course of time. But this power is not without its limits. The Unown are sensitive to their environment, and their powers can be disrupted by strong emotions, negative thoughts, or even loud noises. This is why they are often found in secluded locations, far from the distractions of the modern world. They need a quiet, peaceful environment to focus their energy and maintain their connection to the hidden dimension. The ruins of Alph, with their crumbling walls and ancient secrets, provide the perfect sanctuary for the Unown. Here, they can gather in peace, undisturbed by the outside world, and continue their work of shaping reality. But what is their ultimate goal? What are they trying to achieve? Are they simply experimenting with their powers, or are they working towards a specific purpose? The answer to this question remains elusive, but there are clues to be found in the ancient texts and inscriptions that adorn the top walls of the ruins of Alph. These texts speak of a time when the Unown were revered as gods, when their power was used to create a paradise on Earth. But the texts also warn of the dangers of misusing this power, of the potential for chaos and destruction. They speak of a cataclysm that destroyed the ancient civilization, a cataclysm that was caused by the Unown themselves. Could it be that the Unown are trying to atone for their past mistakes? Are they trying to rebuild the paradise that was lost? Or are they simply waiting for the right moment to unleash their power once again? The answer to this question may lie hidden within the Unown themselves, waiting to be discovered. But to unlock their secrets, we must first understand their connection to language, their ability to shape reality, and their ultimate purpose. So let's venture further into the ruins of Alph and the other locations where the Unown have been sighted. These ancient sites hold clues to their origins, their powers, and their ultimate destiny. Imagine yourself standing before a massive stone wall, covered in intricate carvings. These carvings depict scenes from the past, stories of the ancient civilization that once thrived in this place. As you examine the carvings, you notice that they are not just pictures, they are also words, written in a language that you don't understand. But as you focus your attention, you begin to recognize the symbols, the shapes that are repeated throughout the carvings. They are the Unown, each one representing a letter of the alphabet. But here, they are not just symbols, they are alive, their eyes glowing with an inner light. As you touch the wall, you feel a surge of energy, a connection to the past. You begin to understand the language of the ancient civilization, the language of the Unown. The carvings tell a story of creation and destruction, of power and responsibility. They speak of a time when the Unown were used to build a utopia, a world of peace and harmony. but they also speak of a time when the Unown were used to wage war, to conquer and destroy. The ancient civilization learned the hard way that power without control is a dangerous thing. The ruins themselves are a testament to this lesson. They are a reminder that even the most advanced civilizations can fall, that even the most powerful forces can be misused. The Unown, scattered throughout the ruins, seem to be guarding these secrets, waiting for someone to come along and learn from the past. They are waiting for someone who can understand their language, who can appreciate their power, and who can use it wisely. The ruins of Alph are not just a place of history, they are a place of learning, a place of transformation. They are a place where you can connect with the past, understand the present, and shape the future. But the ruins of Alph are not the only place where you can find the Unown. They have been sighted in other locations around the world, each with its own unique history and its own unique connection to these enigmatic Pokémon. The Tanabe ruins, located in the Sivai Islands, are another important site. These ruins are said to be even older than the ruins of Alph, and they contain even more secrets about the Unown. The carvings in the Tanabe ruins are different from those in the ruins of Alph. They are more abstract, more symbolic, and more difficult to decipher. But as you study them, you begin to see a pattern, a connection between the symbols and the Unown. The carvings seem to be depicting the Unown's origins, their connection to the hidden dimension, and their ability to shape reality. The Tanabe ruins are a place of deep mystery, a place where you can explore the very foundations of the Pokémon world. They are a place where you can connect with the Unown on a deeper level and begin to understand their true potential. And then there are the Selection ruins, located in the Sinnoh region. These ruins are different from the other two. They are smaller, less elaborate, and more easily accessible. But don't let their simplicity fool you. The Selection ruins are just as important as the other two. They contain a unique set of carvings which depict the Unown's connection to the human world. The carvings in the Selection ruins show people interacting with the Unown, using their power to heal, to create, and to inspire. They show that the Unown are not just abstract symbols, they are also companions, friends, and allies. The Selection ruins are a place of hope, a place where you can see the potential for harmony between humans and the Unown. They are a place where you can learn to use the Unown's power for good, to make the world a better place. These three locations, the ruins of Alph, the Tanabe ruins, and the Selection ruins, are just a few of the places where you can find the Unown. They are scattered throughout the world, waiting to be discovered, waiting to share their secrets. But to find them, you must be willing to explore, to learn, and to connect with the ancient past. You must be willing to embrace the unknown, to challenge your assumptions, and to open your mind to the possibilities. The Unown are a symbol of the infinite potential of the Pokémon world. They are a reminder that there is always more to discover, more to learn, and more to experience. They are a call to adventure, an invitation to explore the mysteries of the universe, and a challenge to use your power wisely. The Unown's reality warping capabilities open up a Pandora's box of possibilities. Imagine, if you will, a world where the very laws of physics are malleable, where the boundaries between dreams and reality blur, and where the power of imagination reigns supreme. This is the world that the Unown could create, a world limited only by the scope of their collective consciousness. But what would such a world look like? Would it be a utopia, a paradise of endless possibilities? Or would it be a chaotic landscape of shifting realities, where nothing is certain and everything is in flux? The answer, perhaps, lies in the intentions of those who wield the Unown's power. If their intentions are pure, if they seek to create a world of harmony and balance, then the Unown could be a force for unimaginable good. But if their intentions are selfish, if they seek to control and dominate, then the Unown could unleash a wave of destruction that would dwarf anything we have ever seen. The power to warp reality is a dangerous thing, and it must be wielded with caution and wisdom. It is a power that can corrupt even the most noble of hearts, and it is a power that can easily be misused. This is why the the Unown are so elusive, so difficult to find. They seem to be aware of the danger they pose, and they are careful to avoid those who would seek to exploit their power. They are waiting for someone who is worthy, someone who understands the responsibility that comes with such power, and someone who is willing to use it for the benefit of all. But what if such a person never comes along? What if the Unown are destined to remain hidden, their power untapped, their potential unrealized? That is a possibility, of course. But even if the Unown never fully unleash their power, their very existence is a reminder of the infinite possibilities that lie hidden within the Pokémon world. They are a symbol of hope, a reminder that anything is possible, and a challenge to never stop dreaming. And now, as we stand on the precipice of even greater understanding, the ultimate question remains: what message are the Unown trying to convey? Are they simply echoing the thoughts and desires of those around them, or is there a deeper, more profound purpose to their existence? Perhaps the answer lies not in what they say, but in how they say it. Their shifting forms, their elusive nature, their connection to the ancient past. All of these elements contribute to a message that is both complex and profound. They may be trying to remind us of the power of language, the ability of words to shape our reality. They may be trying to teach us about the importance of history, the lessons that can be learned from the past, or they may be trying to warn us of the dangers of unchecked power, the potential for destruction that lies within us all. Whatever their message may be, it is clear that the Unown are not simply mindless symbols. They are sentient beings, with their own thoughts, feelings, and motivations. They are waiting for us to understand them, to connect with them, and to learn from them. They are waiting for us to unlock the secrets of the universe and to use that knowledge to create a better future. But this discovery was only the beginning, because next, we uncover the secrets surrounding Mew, the ancestor of all Pokémon, and the ethical implications of its genetic code. Imagine a world teeming with life, a vibrant tapestry woven from countless unique creatures. But where did it all begin? What single spark ignited this explosion of diversity? The answer, according to Pokémon lore, lies with a single elusive Pokémon, Mew. Mew isn't just another creature in the Pokédex, it's the ancestor of them all, the genetic Adam or Eve of the Pokémon world. Legend paints Mew as the original Pokémon, possessing the DNA of every other Pokémon in existence. Think of it as the ultimate blueprint, a living library containing the potential for every creature, every type, every ability imaginable. It's a concept so profound, it challenges our very understanding of evolution and creation within the Pokémon universe. But what does it truly mean to be the ancestor of all Pokémon? It suggests a lineage stretching back to the very dawn of the Pokémon world, a time when Mew floated through primordial landscapes, its genetic code a promise of things to come. Each Pokémon we know and love, from the fiery Charizard to the gentle Chansey, is, in a way, a descendant of Mew. They all share a common ancestor, a single point of origin that connects them all. The implications are staggering. If Mew possesses the DNA of every Pokémon, then it also possesses the potential for every ability. It could theoretically wield the power of fire, water, electricity, and psychic energy all at once. It could adapt to any environment, learn any move, and evolve into any form. This makes Mew arguably the most powerful Pokémon in existence, a being of limitless potential. But power isn't everything. Mew is also portrayed as playful, innocent, and curious. It's said to be a master of disguise, able to make itself invisible at will. This elusiveness, combined with its immense power, makes Mew a creature of myth and legend, rarely seen and even more rarely understood. The search for Mew has driven countless expeditions and fueled countless theories. Where does it hide? What are its motivations? Is it even real? Some believe Mew resides in the deepest, most uncharted regions of the world, far from human civilization. Others believe it exists in a dimension beyond our own, only glimpsed through fleeting moments of heightened awareness. One of the most enduring theories places Mew in South America, specifically in the jungles of Guyana. This theory is rooted in the real-world expedition that inspired the creation of Pokémon. In 1990, a team of Japanese researchers travelled to Guyana to study the region's diverse flora and fauna. This expedition is said to have sparked the imagination of Satoshi Tajiri, the creator of Pokémon, and served as the inspiration for the game's world and creatures. The connection to Guyana is further strengthened by the fact that Mew was originally referred to as Pokémon 1 during the development of the first games. This suggests that Mew was intended to be the final ultimate Pokémon, a hidden secret waiting to be discovered. The idea of a hidden Pokémon in the jungles of South America perfectly captures the spirit of adventure and discovery that defines the Pokémon franchise. But the search for Mew isn't just about finding a rare and powerful creature. It's about understanding the origins of life itself. It's about unlocking the secrets of evolution and creation. It's about connecting with the source of all Pokémon diversity. Imagine venturing into the dense, uncharted jungles of Guyana, following rumours and legends whispered by local tribes. You push through thick vegetation, the air heavy with humidity and the sounds of exotic wildlife. You search for clues, for any sign that Mew might be nearby. Days turn into weeks, and weeks into months. You begin to doubt yourself, to wonder if Mew is nothing more than a myth. But then, one day, you stumble upon something extraordinary, an ancient ruin hidden deep within the jungle. The walls are covered in strange symbols, unlike anything you've ever seen before. Could this be a clue to Mew's whereabouts? As you explore the ruin, you begin to decipher the symbols. They tell a story of a powerful being, a creature of immense energy and limitless potential. They speak of a connection to all living things, a source of life that flows through the entire world. Could this be a description of Mew? Suddenly you hear a sound, a soft melodic hum echoing through the ruins. You follow the sound, your heart pounding with anticipation. You round a corner and there, in the centre of the chamber, floating in mid-air, is Mew. Its eyes are closed, and it seems to be meditating, surrounded by a shimmering aura of energy. You approach slowly, cautiously, not wanting to disturb it. As you get closer, Mew opens its eyes and looks at you. Its eyes are filled with a deep, ancient wisdom, a knowledge that transcends time and space. You feel a connection to Mew, a sense of understanding that goes beyond words. You realize that Mew isn't just a Pokémon, it's a symbol of life, creation, and the interconnectedness of all things. This is just one theory, of course. The truth about Mew's origins and whereabouts remains a mystery. But the enduring appeal of Mew lies in its ability to inspire our imaginations and to remind us of the wonder and beauty of the natural world. Mew's playful nature is another key aspect of its character. It's not just a powerful being, it's also a mischievous trickster, known for its playful antics and its love of games. It's said to transform into other Pokémon to surprise and amuse those around it. This playful side of Mew adds a layer of charm and endearment to its already legendary status. Imagine encountering Mew in a forest clearing. At first, you might think it's just a Pikachu scampering through the trees, but then the Pikachu suddenly transforms into a Charizard, breathing fire into the sky. You realize that you're not dealing with an ordinary Pokémon, you're in the presence of Mew. Mew might then transform into a Blastoise, spraying water at you from its cannons, or a Venusaur entangling you in its vines. It's all in good fun, of course. Mew is simply playing, testing your reactions and enjoying your surprise. This playful nature is a reflection of Mew's innocence and its connection to the natural world. It's a reminder that even the most powerful beings can still find joy in simple pleasures. It's also a testament to Mew's ability to connect with others, to break down barriers and to create a sense of camaraderie. But beneath the playful exterior lies a being of immense power. Mew's psychic abilities are said to be unmatched, allowing it to control minds, manipulate objects, and even warp reality itself. It's a power that must be wielded with caution, as even the slightest misstep could have devastating consequences. The balance between Mew's innocence and its immense power is a crucial aspect of its character. It's a reminder that power without responsibility is a dangerous thing, and that even the most powerful beings must be guided by a sense of morality and compassion. This brings us to the story of Mewtwo, Mew's artificial clone. Mewtwo is a testament to the consequences of tampering with Mew's genetic code, a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked scientific ambition. Mewtwo was created by scientists who sought to unlock the secrets of Mew's power. They extracted Mew's DNA and attempted to create a superior version of the original Pokémon. But in their pursuit of power, they failed to understand the delicate balance that defines Mew's existence. Mewtwo was born in a laboratory, isolated from the natural world and subjected to countless experiments. He was never given the opportunity to develop a sense of morality or compassion. As a result, he became a powerful and destructive force, driven by anger and resentment. Mewtwo's creation is a reflection of the ethical dilemmas that arise when science and technology are used without regard for the consequences. It's a reminder that we must always consider the potential impact of our actions, and that we must strive to use our knowledge for the betterment of humanity, not for our own selfish gain. The story of Mewtwo also highlights the importance of nature and nurture in shaping an individual's character. Mew, raised in the wild and connected to the natural world, developed a playful and compassionate nature. Mewtwo, raised in a laboratory and subjected to harsh treatment, became a powerful and destructive force. This suggests that our environment plays a crucial role in shaping who we become. We are not simply products of our genes, we are also products of our experiences, our relationships, and our surroundings. The conflict between Mew and Mewtwo is a classic battle between good and evil, nature and science, innocence and corruption. It's a conflict that has resonated with audiences for decades, and it continues to be a relevant and thought-provoking story. Ultimately, the story of Mewtwo is a story of redemption. After years of conflict and destruction, Mewtwo eventually comes to realize the error of his ways. He learns to embrace his own unique identity and to use his power for good. Mewtwo's journey is a reminder that even those who have made mistakes can still find redemption. It's a message of hope and forgiveness, a testament to the power of change. The legacy of Mew extends far beyond its role as the ancestor of all Pokémon. It's a symbol of creation, diversity, and the interconnectedness of all things. It's a reminder of the importance of innocence, playfulness, and compassion. And it's a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked scientific ambition. Mew's influence can be seen throughout the Pokémon world, from the smallest bug type to the largest legendary. It's a force that shapes the environment, influences the evolution of Pokémon, and inspires countless trainers to embark on their own adventures. The search for Mew continues to this day, driven by a desire to understand the origins of life and to connect with the source of all Pokémon diversity. Whether Mew is found in the jungles of South America, in a dimension beyond our own, or simply in our imaginations, its legacy will continue to inspire and captivate us for generations to come. But what if the search for Mew is not just about finding a physical creature? What if it's about finding the Mew within ourselves? What if we all possess a spark of Mew's genetic code, a potential for creativity, compassion, and connection? Perhaps the true legacy of Mew is not to be found in a single Pokémon, but in the potential that lies within each and every one of us. Perhaps we're all in a way descendants of Mew, carrying its genetic code within our hearts and minds, and so the legend of Mew continues to evolve, adapting to the changing times and inspiring new generations of trainers. It's a story that will never truly be finished, as long as there are still mysteries to be solved and adventures to be had. The story of Mew is not just a Pokémon myth, it's a reflection of our own hopes, dreams, and fears. It's a story about the origins of life, the power of creation, and the importance of compassion. It's a story that will continue to resonate with us for years to come, as we continue to explore the vast and wondrous world of Pokémon. The concept of Mew as the ancestor of all Pokémon raises some fascinating questions about the nature of evolution within the Pokémon universe. Does it suggest a single point of origin for all Pokémon, or does it allow for multiple independent lineages that eventually converged? If Mew is indeed the sole ancestor, then how did such a diverse range of Pokémon evolve from a single source? What mechanisms drove this diversification, and what role did environmental factors play in shaping the different types and abilities that today? These are questions that have puzzled Pokémon fans and scientists alike for years. There is no definitive answer, but the very act of asking these questions allows us to explore the deeper themes and complexities of the Pokémon world. The idea of Mew's genetic code containing the potential for all Pokémon also raises questions about the limits of evolution. Is there a finite number of Pokémon that can evolve from Mew's DNA, or is the potential for new forms and abilities limitless? Could we one day see Pokémon that defy our current understanding of types and abilities? Could Pokémon that possess entirely new forms of energy, or that exist in dimensions beyond our own? The possibilities are endless, and the very thought of such potential is what makes the Pokémon world so captivating and enduring. The search for Mew is not just a scientific endeavour, it's also a spiritual quest. It's a search for the source of life, the origin of creation, and the connection between all living things. It's a quest that requires not only scientific knowledge and physical endurance, but also a deep sense of empathy and compassion. It's a quest that can only be undertaken by those who are truly open to the mysteries of the universe. And perhaps, in the end, the greatest reward of the search for Mew is not the discovery of a rare and powerful Pokémon, but the discovery of our own potential for creativity, compassion, and connection. The tale of Mewtwo serves as a stark reminder of the ethical responsibilities that come with scientific advancement. The creation of Mewtwo, born from a desire to replicate and control the power of Mew, ultimately led to chaos and destruction. This narrative prompts reflection on the potential consequences of unchecked ambition and the importance of considering the ethical implications of scientific endeavours. Are we, as humans, prepared to wield the power that science unlocks? Can we ensure that our pursuit of knowledge is guided by compassion and a respect for the natural world? The story of Mewtwo is a cautionary one, urging us to proceed with caution and to always consider the potential ramifications of our actions. It underscores the need for ethical guidelines and a commitment to responsible innovation, ensuring that scientific progress benefits all of humanity and does not come at the expense of the environment or other living beings. The playful nature attributed to Mew offers a refreshing contrast to its immense power, painting a picture of a being that is both formidable and endearing. This duality suggests that true strength lies not only in physical prowess, but also in the ability to find joy and connection in the world around us. Mew's playful antics serve as a reminder that even the most powerful beings can benefit from a sense of humour and a willingness to engage with others on a light-hearted level. It encourages us to embrace our own inner child and to find moments of levity in our daily lives, fostering connections and spreading joy wherever we go. The story of Mew's playful nature invites us to consider the importance of balance in our own lives, recognizing that true strength lies in the ability to harmonize power with compassion, seriousness with playfulness, and ambition with a genuine appreciation for the simple joys of life. Mew's ability to transform into other Pokémon adds another layer of intrigue to its already captivating persona. This shape-shifting ability suggests a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all living things, allowing Mew to seamlessly blend into any environment and to experience the world from different perspectives. This talent for transformation also speaks to the importance of adaptability and open-mindedness, encouraging us to embrace change and to be willing to step outside of our comfort zones. By embodying different forms, Mew demonstrates the value of empathy and the ability to see the world through the eyes of others, fostering a greater understanding and appreciation for the diversity of life. The story of Mew's shapeshifting ability invites us to consider the transformative power of empathy and the importance of embracing change, encouraging us to expand our perspectives and to connect with others on a deeper level. The search for Mew serves as a metaphor for our own quest for knowledge and understanding, urging us to embrace the unknown and to venture beyond the boundaries of our current understanding. Like the explorers who venture into uncharted territories in search of Mew, we too must be willing to take risks and to challenge our own assumptions in order to uncover new truths. This quest for knowledge is not always easy, and it may require us to overcome obstacles and to confront our own fears. But the rewards of discovery are immeasurable, offering us a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. The search for Mew inspires us to embrace our own curiosity and to never stop questioning, reminding us that the pursuit of knowledge is a lifelong journey that can lead to profound discoveries and a greater appreciation for the mysteries of the universe. The enduring popularity of Mew speaks to our innate desire to connect with something larger than ourselves, to find meaning and purpose in a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain. Mew represents the potential for creation, the interconnectedness of all living things, and the importance of compassion and understanding. By embracing the story of Mew, we can tap into our own potential for creativity and connection, finding inspiration in the natural world and striving to make a positive impact on the lives of others. The legend of Mew reminds us that all life is connected, that creation itself is an act of harmony, where every living being plays a part in something vast and beautiful. But not every creation follows the plan. Not every form was meant to exist. For hidden deep within the digital sea of data that makes up our world lies a presence that defies understanding, a mistake that became something more, a shadow in the code, a Pokémon that was never supposed to be. Next, we turn to the legend of MissingNo, a creature, born from absence, a ghost of information and error. What does it mean when the boundaries between reality and illusion begin to break? And what can a glitch teach us about the nature of existence itself? In the world of Pokémon, that anomaly takes the form of MissingNo. More than just a glitch, MissingNo is a legend, a digital ghost story whispered among players since the dawn of the franchise. It's a name that evokes a sense of wonder, fear, and a profound curiosity about the hidden depths of the games we love. But what exactly is missing? Imagine, if you will, a shattered mirror reflecting a distorted version of the Pokémon world. It's a broken remnant of data, a digital echo bouncing between the intended reality of the game and the uncharted territories beyond. Its appearance is as unpredictable as it is unsettling. Sometimes, it manifests as a jumbled mess of pixels, a chaotic collage of sprites that seem to defy any logical structure. Other times, it takes on more recognizable forms, mimicking Pokémon that exist within the game, but always with a sense of something being off. Encountering MissingNo isn't just a visual oddity, it's an experience that can warp the very fabric of your game. Players have reported strange graphical glitches, items multiplying in their inventory, and even their Hall of Fame data being corrupted. It's as if the game itself is struggling to comprehend the presence of this foreign entity, and the consequences can be unpredictable, sometimes even catastrophic. The effects of encountering MissingNo are more than just visual glitches and item duplication. Some players have described a sense of unease, a feeling that the game is somehow aware of their intrusion into its hidden spaces. There are even reports of memory fragmentation, with players experiencing glitches that affect their save files or even their ability to progress in the game. But how could such a thing exist? Where does MissingNo come from, and what purpose, if any, does it serve? These are the questions that have fueled countless theories and debates within the Pokémon community for decades. One of the most popular theories suggests that MissingNo is a byproduct of debugging. During the development process, programmers often leave temporary code fragments in the game to test various features and functionalities. These fragments are usually removed before the final release, but sometimes remnants can slip through the cracks. MissingNo, according to this theory, is one such remnant, a ghost in the machine left behind by the developers. Another theory posits that MissingNo represents cut content, Pokémon or features that were originally planned for the game but were ultimately scrapped before release. The game's code may still contain references to these unused elements, and under certain circumstances they can manifest as MissingNo. Perhaps MissingNo is a placeholder, a default entity that the game uses when it encounters an error or is unable to load the correct data. When the game tries to access information that doesn't exist, it defaults to MissingNo, creating the bizarre and unpredictable encounters that players have reported. But there's a more intriguing possibility, one that delves into the philosophical implications of a digital world. What if MissingNo isn't just a glitch or a remnant of debugging, but something more, intentional? What if it's a glimpse into the underlying code, a window into the raw data that forms the foundation of the Pokémon world? Imagine the game as a carefully constructed illusion, a digital reality designed to immerse players in a world of adventure and wonder. But beneath the surface there's a layer of code, a complex web of algorithms and data structures that govern every aspect of the game. MissingNo, in this view, is a tear in the veil, a momentary glimpse behind the curtain. It's a reminder that the world on the screen is just a representation, a carefully crafted simulation built upon a foundation of pure data. The impact of MissingNo on the Pokémon community has been profound. It's more than just a glitch, it's a cultural phenomenon, a shared experience that has shaped the way players interact with the game and with each other. The discovery of MissingNo sparked a wave of exploration and experimentation. Players shared tips and tricks for encountering the glitch, and they documented the various effects it could have on the game. It became a badge of honour to have encountered MissingNo, a sign that you had ventured beyond the boundaries of the intended gameplay experience. MissingNo also inspired a wealth of fan art, fan fiction, and online discussions. Players created their own interpretations of the glitch, imbuing it with their own meanings and stories. It became a symbol of the hidden potential within the game, a reminder that there's always more to discover than meets the eye. The urban legends surrounding MissingNo are as varied and imaginative as the players who created them. Some claim that encountering MissingNo can unlock secret areas or hidden Pokémon within the game. Others believe that it's a sign of impending doom, a harbinger of corrupted save files and irreversible glitches. But perhaps the most enduring legend is that MissingNo is a sentient being, a digital entity that exists within the game's code and is somehow aware of the players who interact with it. Some players claim to have communicated with MissingNo, receiving cryptic messages or experiencing strange events that defy explanation. Whether these legends are true or not, they speak to the power of MissingNo to capture the imagination and inspire a sense of wonder and mystery. It's a reminder that even within the confines of a digital world, there's always room for the unknown. MissingNo forces us to confront the nature of reality within a digital world. What does it mean for something to exist only as data, as a collection of ones and zeros? Can a digital entity have consciousness or a sense of self? These are questions that have been explored in science fiction for decades, but MissingNo brings them closer to home, making them relevant to our everyday experiences with technology. It challenges us to think about the boundaries between the real and the virtual, and to consider the possibility that the digital world may be more complex and mysterious than we realise. It makes you wonder, doesn't it, about the very nature of the game you're playing, the code that runs it, and the intentions or lack thereof behind its creation. The existence of MissingNo also raises ethical questions about the responsibility of game developers. Should they attempt to fix glitches like MissingNo, or should they leave them in the game for players to discover and explore? Some argue that glitches are a form of imperfection, a flaw in the design that should be corrected. Others believe that glitches can add to the game's charm and uniqueness, creating unexpected and memorable experiences for players. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to fix a glitch like MissingNo comes down to a balancing act between maintaining the integrity of the game and preserving the sense of wonder and discovery that it can inspire. MissingNo is more than just a glitch. It's a reflection of our own fascination with the unknown, our desire to explore the hidden depths of the digital world, and our willingness to embrace the unexpected. It's a reminder that even within the most carefully constructed realities, there's always room for mystery and wonder. It makes you think about all the other hidden secrets and forgotten corners that might exist within the games we play, doesn't it? About the code that lies beneath the surface, the stories that are never told, and the possibilities that remain unexplored. So the next time you encounter a glitch in a game, don't dismiss it as a mere annoyance. Instead, consider it a glimpse into the hidden depths of the digital world, a reminder that there's always more to discover than meets the eye. MissingNo is a legend that continues to evolve, inspiring new generations of players to explore the boundaries of the Pokémon world and to question the nature of reality itself. It's a testament to the power of games to capture our imaginations and to create shared experiences that transcend the boundaries of the digital realm. The story of MissingNo is a reminder that even in the most structured and controlled environments, there's always room for chaos and unpredictability. It's a testament to the power of the human spirit to find wonder and meaning in the most unexpected places. But what if MissingNo is not an isolated incident? What if it's just one example of a larger phenomenon, a sign that the digital world is becoming increasingly complex and unpredictable? Perhaps there are other glitches and anomalies waiting to be discovered, hidden secrets that lie dormant within the code of our favourite games. Maybe these glitches are not just random errors, but rather glimpses into alternative realities, windows into other dimensions that exist alongside our own. Imagine a world where glitches are not just isolated incidents, but rather portals to other worlds, gateways to new adventures and possibilities. In such a world, the boundaries between the real and the virtual would become increasingly blurred, and the line between what is possible and what is not would become increasingly difficult to define. This is the world that MissingNo invites us to imagine, a world where the rules are constantly changing and where the only limit is our own imagination. It's a world that is both exciting and terrifying, a world that holds the potential for both great discovery and great danger. But one thing is certain, the story of MissingNo is far from over. As long as there are players willing to explore the boundaries of the Pokémon world, and as long as there are glitches waiting to be discovered, the legend of MissingNo will continue to live on. What is the truth behind MissingNo? Is it simply a harmless glitch, or is it something more sinister? Is it a sign of a deeper problem within the digital world, or is it just a reminder that even in the most perfect systems, there's always room for error? These are questions that may never be answered definitively, but they are questions that are worth asking. Because in the search for answers, we may just discover something about ourselves, about the nature of reality, and about the power of the human imagination. The myth of MissingNo serves as a powerful reminder that even the most meticulously crafted worlds can harbour unexpected secrets and anomalies. It's a testament to the enduring human fascination with the unknown and our innate desire to explore the boundaries of what's possible. But beyond the technical explanations and the urban legends, MissingNo represents something deeper: the inherent instability of any system, the potential for chaos to emerge even from the most rigid structures. It's a metaphor for the unpredictable nature of reality itself, a reminder that things are not always as they seem. Think about it. Every game, every program, every digital creation is built upon layers of code, each line dependent on the ones that came before. A single error, a misplaced character, can cascade through the system, creating unexpected results and unpredictable consequences. MissingNo is a manifestation of this principle, a living embodiment of the potential for things to go wrong. It's a reminder that even in the digital world, where everything is supposedly controlled and predictable, there's always room for the unexpected. And perhaps that's why MissingNo has captured the imaginations of so many. It's a symbol of the potential for freedom and creativity within a world that is often seen as being restrictive and limiting. It's a reminder that even within the confines of a game, we can still find ways to break the rules, to explore the boundaries, and to create our own unique experiences. So, the next time you encounter MissingNo in your Pokémon game, don't just see it as a glitch. See it as an opportunity to explore the hidden depths of the digital world, to question the nature of reality, and to embrace the unexpected. Who knows what you might discover? Perhaps you'll find a new secret, unlock a hidden area, or even communicate with the sentient being that some believe resides within the code. Or perhaps you'll simply gain a new appreciation for the power of the human imagination and the potential for wonder and discovery that exists within us all. MissingNo reminds us that even in the most predictable of worlds, there's always room for the unexpected, a glitch, a legend, a symbol of humanity's endless curiosity about the unknown. But not all mysteries live in code or data. Some dwell in the quiet corners of the mind, in the dreams that twist and turn when the lights go out. For as long as people have slept, stories have spoken of a being that walks the edge between shadow and thought. A creature that drifts through dreams, weaving fear and wonder in equal measure. Next, we descend into the realm of Darkrai, the bringer of nightmares, the guardian of the unseen, and the embodiment of darkness itself. What is the true nature of this elusive Pokémon? Is it a monster of terror, or a misunderstood protector of the dream world? Imagine a world where shadows dance, where the veil between reality and dreams thins, and where a solitary figure roams, leaving behind a trail of nightmares. This is the realm of Darkrai, the pitch-black Pokémon. But is Darkrai truly a malevolent being, a harbinger of fear and despair? Or is there a deeper, more complex story hidden beneath the surface of its shadowy exterior? Perhaps its nightmare-inducing power is not born out of malice, but out of something far more profound: loneliness. Think about it. Imagine being an entity capable of invading the dreams of others, yet unable to truly connect with them in a meaningful way. Imagine being feared and ostracized, your very presence causing unease and terror. Wouldn't that isolation, that constant rejection, begin to shape your very being? Darkrai's existence is a paradox. It is a creature of nightmares, yet it may itself be trapped in a nightmare of its own making. Its power, the very thing that defines it, is also the source of its isolation. It is a prisoner of its own abilities, forever separated from the world it inadvertently haunts. But Darkrai is not alone in this world of dreams. There exists a counterforce, a beacon of hope and tranquility in the face of encroaching darkness. This is Cresselia, the lunar Pokémon. Cresselia is the antithesis of Darkrai. Where Darkrai brings nightmares, Cresselia brings sweet dreams. Where Darkrai inspires fear, Cresselia inspires hope. These two beings are locked in an eternal dance, a cosmic struggle between darkness and light, nightmares and dreams. Cresselia's role is to protect sleeping souls from Darkrai's influence. Her crescent wings shed a shimmering dust that can dispel nightmares and bring peaceful slumber. She is a guardian of the dream world, a protector of the innocent minds that are vulnerable to the terrors that Darkrai unwittingly unleashes. But why does this conflict exist? Why are Darkrai and Cresselia destined to oppose each other? Is it simply a matter of good versus evil, light versus darkness? Or is there a more nuanced explanation, a deeper understanding of the forces at play? Perhaps the answer lies in the very nature of dreams themselves. Dreams are not simply random occurrences, meaningless figments of our imagination. They are a reflection of our subconscious, a window into our deepest fears, desires, and anxieties. They are a way for us to process our experiences, to confront our challenges, and to make sense of the world around us. Nightmares, while unpleasant, serve a purpose as well. They can be a way for us to confront our fears in a safe environment, to prepare ourselves for real-life challenges, and to release pent-up emotions. They can be a cathartic experience, a way to cleanse our minds and emerge stronger and more resilient. Darkrai, in a sense, is a catalyst for this process. It forces us to confront our deepest fears, to acknowledge the darkness that exists within ourselves. It is a reminder that life is not always sunshine and rainbows, that there will be times when we face adversity and struggle with our own inner demons. Cresselia, on the other hand, offers solace and comfort. It reminds us that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope, that there is always light to be found. It is a reminder that we are not alone in our struggles, that there are forces that seek to protect us and guide us towards peace and tranquility. The cycle of nightmares and dreams, the eternal conflict between Darkrai and Cresselia, is a reflection of the human experience itself. We all face our own personal demons, our own fears and anxieties, but we also have the capacity for hope, for resilience, and for the ability to overcome adversity. Darkrai's story is a poignant exploration of themes of fear, loneliness, and the power of dreams. It is a reminder that even the most frightening of creatures may have a hidden depth, a vulnerability that we often overlook. It challenges us to look beyond the surface, to see the potential for good even in the face of darkness. Consider the possibility that Darkrai's actions are not driven by malice, but by a desperate need for connection. Perhaps it is simply trying to reach out to others in the only way it knows how, through the shared experience of dreams. Perhaps it is unaware of the fear it inspires, blinded by its own isolation and despair. If this is the case, then Darkrai is not a monster to be feared, but a creature to be pitied. It is a victim of its own circumstances, trapped in a cycle of loneliness and despair that it cannot escape on its own. And what of Cresselia? Is it simply a benevolent force, a pure embodiment of hope and tranquility? Or is there a more complex dimension to its character as well? Perhaps Cresselia's constant opposition to Darkrai is not simply a matter of duty, but a reflection of its own fears and insecurities. Perhaps Cresselia fears the darkness that Darkrai represents, the potential for chaos and destruction that lies within all of us. Perhaps it sees Darkrai as a threat to the delicate balance of the dream world, a force that must be contained at all costs. If this is the case, then Cresselia is not simply a saviour, but a guardian. It is protecting the dream world from a perceived threat, even if that threat is not entirely of its own making. The relationship between Darkrai and Cresselia is a complex and multifaceted one. It is a dance of opposites, a struggle between darkness and light, fear and hope. But it is also a reflection of the human condition, a reminder that we all have the capacity for both good and evil, for both fear and hope. By understanding the motivations and perspectives of both Darkrai and Cresselia, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the complexities of the dream world and the forces that shape our subconscious. We can learn to confront our own fears and anxieties, to embrace the darkness that exists within ourselves, and to find hope and resilience in the face of adversity. The power of dreams should not be underestimated. They are a gateway to our subconscious, a realm where anything is possible. They can be a source of inspiration, a way to solve problems and a means of healing. But they can also be a source of fear, a breeding ground for nightmares, and a reflection of our deepest insecurities. It is important to cultivate a healthy relationship with our dreams, to learn to interpret their messages and to use them as a tool for personal growth and self-discovery. By understanding the language of dreams, we can unlock the secrets of our subconscious and gain a deeper understanding of ourselves. Darkrai and Cresselia serve as powerful symbols of the forces that shape our dreams. They are a reminder that we all have the capacity for both darkness and light, for both fear and hope. By embracing both aspects of ourselves, we can find balance and harmony in our lives and unlock our full potential. Consider the impact of Darkrai's nightmares on the waking world. Can the fear and anxiety that it inspires manifest in tangible ways? Can it influence our thoughts, our emotions, and our actions? Perhaps Darkray's power extends beyond the realm of dreams, seeping into our reality and shaping our experiences. Perhaps the negativity and despair that we sometimes feel are not entirely our own, but are influenced by the shadowy presence of Darkrai lurking in the depths of our subconscious. If this is the case, then it is even more important to cultivate a positive and hopeful mindset. By focusing on the good in our lives, by practicing gratitude, and by surrounding ourselves with positive influences, we can counteract the negative effects of Darkrai's influence and create a more positive reality for ourselves. Cresselia's influence, on the other hand, can bring healing and tranquility to our lives. Its presence can inspire hope, foster creativity, and promote a sense of well-being. By connecting with the positive energy of Cresselia, we can tap into our own inner resources and find the strength to overcome adversity. The balance between Darkrai and Cresselia is essential for maintaining a healthy and fulfilling life. We must acknowledge the darkness that exists within ourselves, but we must also cultivate hope and resilience in the face of adversity. By embracing both aspects of ourselves, we can find balance and harmony and unlock our full potential. What if Darkrai and Cresselia were not always adversaries? What if there was a time when they coexisted in harmony, working together to shape the dream world? Perhaps there was a time when Darkrai used its power to help people confront their fears and overcome their anxieties, while Cresselia offered comfort and solace. Perhaps they were partners, working together to guide people through the complexities of their subconscious and help them achieve personal growth and self-discovery. What could have caused this shift in their relationship? What could have turned these former allies into bitter enemies? Perhaps it was a misunderstanding, a misinterpretation of each other's intentions. Perhaps Darkrai's power grew out of control, causing it to inadvertently inflict nightmares on innocent minds. Perhaps Cresselia, fearing the potential for chaos and destruction, felt compelled to oppose Darkrai and protect the dream world from its influence. If this is the case, then there may still be hope for reconciliation. Perhaps Darkrai and Cresselia can learn to understand each other's perspectives, to forgive each other's mistakes, and to work together once again to shape the dream world in a positive and meaningful way. Imagine a world where Darkrai and Cresselia are not enemies, but allies. Imagine a world where nightmares and dreams coexist in harmony, where fear and hope are balanced, and where everyone has the opportunity to achieve personal growth and self-discovery through the power of their subconscious. This is a world worth striving for, a world where we can all learn to embrace both the darkness and the light within ourselves and unlock our full potential. The story of Darkrai and Cresselia is a powerful reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. It is a reminder that we all have the capacity for both good and evil, for both fear and hope. By embracing both aspects of ourselves, we can find balance and harmony in our lives and create a more positive and fulfilling world for ourselves and for others. But what if the true story of Darkrai and Cresselia is even more complex than we imagined? What if their conflict is not simply a matter of good versus evil, light versus darkness, but a reflection of a deeper, more fundamental struggle within the very fabric of existence? Perhaps Darkrai and Cresselia are not simply individual beings, but representatives of opposing forces that are constantly at play in the universe. Perhaps their conflict is a microcosm of the larger struggle between chaos and order, destruction and creation, entropy and evolution. If this is the case, then the story of Darkrai and Cresselia takes on a new level of significance. It becomes a metaphor for the eternal struggle between opposing forces that shape our world and our lives. It becomes a reminder that we all have a role to play in this cosmic drama, and that our choices can have a profound impact on the balance of the universe. Consider the implications of this perspective. If Darkrai and Cresselia are representatives of opposing forces, then their conflict is not simply a matter of personal animosity, but a fundamental necessity for maintaining the balance of the universe. Darkrai's nightmares may be unpleasant, but they serve a purpose. They challenge us to confront our fears, to overcome our anxieties, and to grow stronger and more resilient. They are a necessary part of the process of evolution, a way for us to adapt to the challenges of life and emerge stronger and more capable. Cresselia's dreams, on the other hand, offer solace and comfort. They remind us that even in the darkest of times there is always hope. They inspire us to create, to innovate, and to build a better world for ourselves and for others. They are a necessary part of the process of creation, a way for us to express our inner potential and bring beauty and harmony to the universe. The balance between Darkrai and Cresselia is essential for maintaining the stability of the universe. If either force were to become dominant, the consequences could be catastrophic. If Darkrai were to prevail, the universe would be plunged into eternal darkness, a realm of fear and despair where all hope is lost. If Cresselia were to prevail, the universe would become stagnant and unchanging, a realm of perfect harmony where there is no room for growth or evolution. The story of Darkrai and Cresselia is a reminder that both chaos and order, destruction and creation, entropy and evolution are necessary for the health and well-being of the universe. It is a reminder that we must embrace both aspects of ourselves, the darkness and the light, in order to achieve balance and harmony in our lives and in the world around us. Perhaps the ultimate lesson of the story of Darkrai and Cresselia is that true strength lies not in suppressing or eliminating our fears and anxieties, but in confronting them and learning to use them as a source of power. By embracing our inner darkness, we can unlock our full potential and become stronger, more resilient, and more capable of facing the challenges of life. By acknowledging the forces of chaos and destruction that exist within us, we can learn to channel them in a positive and constructive way, using them to fuel our creativity, our innovation, and our desire to create a better world. And so, the tale of Darkrai and Cresselia continues, a timeless saga of darkness and light, fear and hope, loneliness and connection. It is a story that resonates with us on a deep subconscious level, reminding us of the eternal struggles that shape our lives and the universe around us. But this exploration of shadows and dreams is only a fragment of the larger story. What other mysteries lie hidden within the Pokémon world, waiting to be uncovered? Next, we descend beyond the symbols of the unknown, beyond language itself, into the space where reality begins to fracture. For every world of light there must be a shadow. Every creation has its reflection, and every order gives rise to chaos. It is within that shadowed mirror that another legend stirs, a being cast out for its defiance, yet bound eternally to maintain the balance between worlds, a guardian of distortion, where time and space twist upon themselves. Now we turn to Giratina, the banished ruler of the reverse world and the embodiment of what lies beyond the veil of existence itself. Picture a world not quite our own, a reflection twisted and distorted, a place where the very laws of physics seem to unravel. This is the distortion world, and at its heart dwells Giratina, the renegade Pokémon. But how did Giratina come to inhabit this strange realm? The answer lies in its banishment, a consequence of its immense power, and some say its violent nature. Legends speak of a time when Giratina, along with Dialga and Palkia, were created by Arceus to shape the universe. Dialga was given dominion over time, Palkia over space, and Giratina, well, its purpose remains shrouded in mystery. What we do know is that Giratina possessed a destructive force, a power that threatened to unravel the very fabric of reality. Its violence, its inability to coexist peacefully with Dialga and Palkia, led to its exile. Arceus, the creator, banished Giratina to the distortion world, a realm that exists on the opposite side of our own, a place where the rules are bent and broken. This wasn't simply a punishment, it was a separation. Giratina's power was deemed too dangerous to exist alongside the balance of time and space. The distortion world became its prison, its sanctuary and its domain. But what is the distortion world truly like? Forget the familiar laws of gravity, the predictable flow of time. In this realm, dimensions are fluid, gravity shifts without warning, and landscapes twist into impossible geometries. Imagine walking on a path that suddenly becomes a wall, or seeing waterfalls flow upwards into the sky. This is the reality Giratina calls home. It's a place of constant flux, a reflection of the chaotic energy that resides within Giratina itself. Some believe the distortion world is a direct manifestation of Giratina's emotions, a physical representation of its inner turmoil. Others suggest it's a necessary buffer, a place where the raw power of creation can exist without destabilizing the primary world. Living in such a place must surely have an effect. How does Giratina perceive the world from its distorted perspective? Is it a prisoner, resentful of its banishment, or has it found a strange sort of peace within the chaos? Perhaps Giratina sees itself as a guardian, a protector of the balance it was once accused of disrupting. From the shadows of the distortion world, it observes the actions of Dialga and Palkia, ensuring that their control over time and space doesn't veer into dangerous territory. Maybe its exile was not just a punishment, but a necessary placement, a cosmic check and balance. Consider the implications. Dialga and Palkia, while powerful, are not infallible. Their control over time and space could be corrupted, misused, or even lost. Who would step in to prevent such a catastrophe? Perhaps Giratina, the very being banished for its destructive tendencies, is the only one capable of wielding the necessary force to restore order. This raises a profound question. Is Giratina truly a villain, or is it a misunderstood force of nature? Is it a destructive entity, or a necessary component of the universe's delicate balance? The answer, like the distortion world itself, is not so easily defined. The conflict between Giratina, Dialga and Palkia is more than just a power struggle. It's a representation of the fundamental forces that govern existence: time, space, and antimatter, each with its own inherent dangers and potential for chaos. Imagine the tension, the constant push and pull between these three titans, each vying for control, each struggling to maintain the delicate equilibrium of the universe. Giratina's role in this conflict is particularly intriguing. While Dialga and Palkia represent order and structure, Giratina embodies chaos and change. It's the force that challenges the status quo, the element that prevents the universe from becoming stagnant. Without Giratina, would time and space become rigid and unyielding? Would the universe lose its capacity for growth and evolution? Think of it like a garden. Dialga and Palkia are the gardeners, carefully tending to the plants, ensuring they receive the right amount of sunlight and water. But Giratina is the storm, the force that shakes the trees, scatters the seeds, and allows for new growth to emerge. While the storm can be destructive, it's also essential for the long-term health and vitality of the garden. The legends tell us that Giratina was banished for its violence, but perhaps that violence was simply a manifestation of its role as a catalyst for change. Perhaps it was misunderstood, its actions misinterpreted as malicious when they were, in fact, necessary for the greater good. Consider the possibility that Giratina's exile was not just a punishment, but a strategic move by Arceus, a way to harness its power and ensure that it was used only when absolutely necessary. The distortion world, then, becomes not just a prison, but a training ground, a place where Giratina could hone its abilities and learn to control its destructive tendencies. From this perspective, Giratina's role in the Pokémon universe is far more complex and nuanced than we might initially believe. It's not simply a villain to be defeated, but a vital component of the cosmic machinery, a force that must be understood and respected. But if Giratina is truly a necessary force, why is it so often depicted as a malevolent entity? Why do legends paint it as a creature of darkness and destruction? The answer, perhaps, lies in our own limited perspective. We, as humans, tend to fear what we don't understand, and the distortion world, with its chaotic physics and distorted landscapes, is certainly a place that defies easy comprehension. Giratina, as the ruler of this realm, becomes associated with that fear, its image tainted by the strangeness and unpredictability of its domain. It is a monster because we cannot grasp the true nature of its purpose. Think about it. How often do we judge things based on appearances? A creature with sharp claws and glowing eyes, and we immediately assume it's dangerous. We hear stories of a place where the laws of physics are defied, and we immediately label it as chaotic and evil. But what if we took the time to look beyond the surface, to understand the underlying forces at play? What if we recognize that even the most frightening things can serve a valuable purpose? Perhaps then, we could begin to see Giratina in a new light. The truth is, the Pokémon universe is full of such complex characters, beings whose motivations are not always clear, whose actions are not always easily categorized as good or evil. It's this ambiguity that makes the world so compelling, so endlessly fascinating. And Giratina, with its ambiguous role and its mysterious domain, is one of the most compelling examples of this complexity. Is it a prisoner, a guardian, or something else entirely? The answer, like the distortion world itself, remains elusive, shifting and changing depending on your perspective. Perhaps the most important question to ask is not whether Giratina is good or evil, but whether it is necessary. Does the universe need a force like Giratina, a being capable of challenging the status quo, of disrupting the balance, of unleashing chaos when order becomes too rigid? If the answer is yes, then Giratina's banishment, its exile to the distortion world, becomes not a tragedy, but a necessity. It's a reminder that even the most destructive forces can serve a vital purpose, that even the most frightening creatures can play a crucial role in the grand scheme of things. Consider the alternative. Imagine a universe without Giratina, a universe where time and space are perfectly controlled, where order reigns supreme. Would such a universe be truly alive? Would it be capable of growth, of change, of evolution? Or would it become a stagnant, lifeless void, a perfect but ultimately empty shell? The answer, I believe, is clear. The universe needs Giratina just as it needs Dialga and Palkia. It needs the balance between order and chaos, between stability and change. It needs the tension between these opposing forces to keep it alive, to keep it evolving. So the next time you see Giratina, don't just see a monster, don't just see a creature of darkness and destruction. See a necessary force, a vital component of the universe's delicate balance. See the renegade Pokémon, the guardian of the distortion world, the being that watches from the shadows, ensuring that time and space don't become too rigid, too predictable, too lifeless. See the embodiment of chaos, the catalyst for change, the force that keeps the universe alive. But what if Giratina's perspective is not just about maintaining balance? What if its existence in the distortion world has granted it a unique understanding of reality, a perspective that transcends the limitations of time and space? Imagine seeing the universe not as a linear progression of events, but as a vast interconnected web, where every action has a ripple effect, where every choice creates a new possibility. This is the kind of perspective that Giratina might possess, a perspective that allows it to see the underlying patterns and connections that are invisible to ordinary beings. From this vantage point, Giratina's actions might appear less random, less violent, and more purposeful. It might be acting not out of malice, but out of a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all things, a desire to protect the universe from unforeseen consequences. Think of it like a chess game. Dialga and Palkia might be focused on their immediate moves, trying to gain a tactical advantage in the present moment. But Giratina, from its distorted perspective, can see the entire board, anticipating the long-term consequences of each move and acting accordingly. This doesn't necessarily make Giratina a benevolent being, but it does make it a more complex and nuanced one. It's not simply a force of destruction, but a strategic player, a cosmic chess master, constantly maneuvering to protect the universe from unforeseen threats. But what are these threats? What dangers lurk in the shadows unseen by Dialga and Palkia that only Giratina can perceive? The answer, perhaps, lies in the very nature of the distortion world itself. As we've discussed, the distortion world is a place of chaos and instability, a realm where the laws of physics are constantly shifting. But what if this instability is not just a characteristic of the distortion world, but a reflection of a deeper underlying reality? What if the universe itself is inherently unstable, constantly on the verge of collapse? In this scenario, the distortion world becomes not just a prison for Giratina, but a buffer, a shield that protects the primary world from the full force of this underlying instability. Giratina, as the ruler of this realm, becomes the guardian of this shield, constantly working to maintain its integrity and prevent the universe from unraveling. This is a daunting task, one that requires immense power and unwavering dedication. It's a burden that Giratina bears alone, watching from the shadows, constantly vigilant, ready to intervene at a moment's notice. And perhaps this is why it is so often depicted as a fearsome creature. It's not because it is inherently evil, but because it carries the weight of the universe on its shoulders. It's a burden that would crush lesser beings. But Giratina endures, driven by a sense of duty, a commitment to protecting the balance of all things. But even with its immense power, Giratina cannot do it alone. It needs the cooperation of Dialga and Palkia, the guardians of time and space. But how can it work with beings that misunderstand its purpose, that fear its power, that see it as a threat to their own dominion? This is the central conflict of Giratina's story. The struggle to overcome misunderstanding and build alliances in the face of overwhelming odds. It's a story of redemption, of sacrifice, and of the enduring power of hope. But the question remains, is Giratina destined to remain forever in the shadows, forever misunderstood, forever feared? Or will it one day emerge from the distortion world, reveal its true purpose, and take its rightful place as a guardian of the universe? The answer, like the mysteries of the distortion world, remains shrouded in uncertainty. But one thing is clear, Giratina's story is far from over. Its presence lingers between worlds, a silent reminder that balance is never permanent, only maintained, and yet, even in the aftermath of chaos, hope endures. For every shadow that stirs in the void, there is a light that waits to awaken. Legends speak of a star that falls from the heavens only once in 1,000 years, a being said to grant the deepest wishes of those pure of heart. Next, we turn our gaze skyward, toward that celestial wonder. This is the tale of Jirachi, the wishmaker, the sleeping star whose dreams may hold the power to shape the future itself. Think of a star, not burning with fury, but shimmering with gentle hope. That star, only visible for the briefest moment, embodies the legend of Jirachi. A Pokémon said to arrive on Earth every 1,000 years, riding a comet's tail, a celestial visitor offering a gift beyond measure, the power to grant wishes. But what does it truly mean to hold such power? And what are the echoes of hope and despair that surround this comet-born enigma? Let's journey into the world of Jirachi, a world where dreams take flight and the very fabric of reality bends to the will of desire. Jirachi's awakening is a spectacle shrouded in wonder. For almost a millennium it slumbers, a deep, dreamless sleep within a protective crystal cocoon. When the celestial alignment is perfect, when the comet carrying it blazes across the sky, Jirachi stirs. Its third eye, the one on its belly, opens, and the ancient power within it surges forth. This moment is a fleeting one, a brief window of opportunity. 7 days. That's all the time Jirachi allows for the granting of wishes. 7 days to reshape destiny, to alter the course of fate. But with such immense power comes immense responsibility. The legend says that Jirachi can grant any wish, no matter how grand or how small. A child might wish for a mountain of candy, A trainer might wish for victory in battle. A scientist might wish for a breakthrough discovery. But what happens when wishes clash? What happens when desires conflict? The power of wishes is a double-edged sword. It can bring joy and fulfillment, but it can also lead to unforeseen consequences. Imagine wishing for unlimited wealth, only to discover that it isolates you from your loved ones. Or wishing for eternal youth, only to watch everyone you care about grow old and pass away. The Pokémon world, like our own, is governed by cause and effect. Every action has a reaction, and every wish, no matter how well-intentioned, can set off a chain of events that no one could have predicted. This is the inherent danger of wish granting, the potential for unintended harm. Consider the story of a young trainer who wished for his Pokémon to become the strongest in the world. Jirachi granted his wish, imbuing the Pokémon with incredible power. But the Pokémon became arrogant and uncontrollable, lashing out at other trainers and Pokémon alike. The trainer's wish, born out of love and ambition, ultimately led to chaos and destruction. This tale serves as a cautionary reminder. Wishes should be made with careful consideration, with a deep understanding of the potential ramifications. The heart's desire is not always what the soul truly needs. Jirachi itself is a symbol of fleeting miracles. It arrives like a shooting star, a brief burst of wonder in the vast expanse of time. Its presence reminds us to cherish the present, to appreciate the beauty and fragility of life. For just as quickly as it appears, it vanishes, returning to its slumber, leaving behind only the echoes of wishes granted. Think about the symbolism embedded within Jirachi's design. The star-shaped tags on its head represent the wishes it holds. They are a constant reminder of the hopes and dreams of those who seek its power. The third eye, the one that opens during its awakening, is a symbol of inner vision, of the ability to see beyond the surface and into the heart of desire. Jirachi's eternal sleep is perhaps the most poignant aspect of its legend. It slumbers for 1,000 years, a silent guardian of dreams, waiting for its next moment of awakening. This cyclical nature of sleep and awakening reflects the ebb and flow of hope and despair in the world. There are times when hope shines brightly, when dreams seem within reach, and there are times when despair casts a long shadow, when the world feels dark and uncertain. Jirachi's legend reminds us that even in the darkest of times, hope remains dormant, waiting for its chance to awaken. But why 1,000 years? What is the significance of this extended slumber? Some believe it is a necessary period of recharge, allowing Jirachi to replenish its immense power. Others believe it is a form of self-imposed isolation, a way to protect itself from the potential corruption of human desires. Perhaps the most compelling theory is that the 1,000-year sleep allows Jirachi to observe the long-term consequences of its wish-granting. It witnesses the rise and fall of civilizations, the triumphs and tragedies of humankind. This perspective allows it to learn from the past and to better understand the complexities of human nature. Imagine Jirachi as a silent observer, watching the tapestry of history unfold. It sees the best and worst of humanity, the acts of kindness and cruelty, the moments of love and hate. This vast knowledge shapes its understanding of wishes and their potential impact on the world. The act of wishing itself is a powerful one. It requires a deep understanding of one's own desires, a clear articulation of what one truly wants. The process of wishing can be transformative, forcing individuals to confront their deepest fears and aspirations. Consider the countless stories of those who have sought out Jirachi. Some were driven by selfish ambition, others by selfless compassion. But regardless of their motivations, they were all forced to examine their own hearts and to confront the true nature of their desires. What would you wish for if you had the chance? Would you wish for personal gain, for wealth or power? Or would you wish for something more altruistic, for the betterment of the world or the happiness of others? The answer to this question reveals a great deal about your own values and priorities. It forces you to confront the true nature of your desires and to consider the potential consequences of your actions. Jirachi's legend is not just a story about wish granting, it's a story about hope, despair, and the power of dreams. It's a story about the importance of cherishing the present and of understanding the potential consequences of our actions. The whispers surrounding Jirachi speak of a profound connection to the cosmos, a being intrinsically linked to the celestial dance of comets and stars. Some believe that Jirachi's power isn't its own, but rather a conduit for the energy of the universe itself. Imagine Jirachi as a receiver, attuned to the subtle vibrations of the cosmos. It gathers the hopes and dreams of all living beings and channels them into reality. Its wish-granting ability is not a magical trick, but a manipulation of the fundamental forces of the universe. This theory suggests that the universe itself is responsive to human desires. It seeks to fulfill the dreams of those who dare to wish, to create a world that reflects their hopes and aspirations. But the universe is also governed by balance. For every wish granted, there is a corresponding consequence. The universe seeks to maintain equilibrium, to ensure that no single desire overwhelms the natural order. This is why Jirachi's wish granting is limited. It cannot grant unlimited wishes, nor can it grant wishes that would fundamentally alter the course of history. The universe imposes its own constraints, ensuring that the power of wishes is used responsibly. Consider the story of a scientist who wished to unlock the secrets of the universe. Jirachi granted his wish, providing him with glimpses into the hidden workings of reality. But the knowledge overwhelmed him, driving him to the brink of madness. He realized that some secrets are best left undisturbed. This tale illustrates the inherent danger of seeking too much knowledge, of tampering with forces beyond our comprehension. The universe may be willing to grant our wishes, but it also demands respect and humility. Jirachi's connection to comets is also significant. Comets are often seen as harbingers of change, as celestial events that disrupt the natural order. They represent the unpredictable nature of the universe, the potential for both destruction and renewal. Jirachi's arrival on a comet symbolizes the transformative power of wishes. Wishes can disrupt the status quo, challenging existing beliefs and creating new possibilities. They can be a catalyst for change, leading to both positive and negative outcomes. Imagine the impact of Jirachi's arrival on the world. It inspires hope in the hearts of those who have lost faith. It empowers those who feel powerless, and it challenges those who are complacent. Its presence is a reminder that anything is possible, that even the most audacious dreams can come true. But the world must also be prepared for the potential consequences of wish granting. It must be ready to adapt to the changes that Jirachi's arrival brings, to embrace the new possibilities, and to mitigate the potential risks. Jirachi's legend is a call to action, a reminder that we all have the power to shape our own destinies. We may not have the ability to grant wishes, but we can all strive to create a better world through our actions and our beliefs. The very act of dreaming is a form of wish-making. When we dream, we allow our imaginations to soar, to explore the infinite possibilities of the universe. We create worlds that reflect our hopes and fears, our desires and anxieties. Dreams can be a source of inspiration, providing us with insights and ideas that we would never have discovered in our waking lives. They can also be a form of therapy, allowing us to process our emotions and to confront our inner demons. Imagine the power of collective dreaming, of a world where everyone is united by a shared vision of a better future. Such a dream could be a powerful force for change, inspiring us to work together to create a more just and equitable world. Jirachi's legend is a reminder that the power of dreams is not to be underestimated. Dreams can shape our reality, inspiring us to achieve the impossible and to create a world that reflects our deepest values. But what happens when Jirachi returns to its slumber? What happens to the wishes that have been granted? Do they simply vanish, leaving no trace behind? The answer is complex and multifaceted. Some wishes may fade away over time, their effects diminishing with each passing year. Others may have a lasting impact, shaping the course of history for generations to come. Consider the story of a kingdom that wished for peace and prosperity. Jirachi granted their wish, and the kingdom enjoyed a long period of peace and abundance. But over time, the people grew complacent and lazy, losing their ambition and their drive. The kingdom eventually fell into decline, its former glory a distant memory. This tale illustrates the importance of maintaining effort and vigilance, even after a wish has been granted. Wishes can provide a temporary boost, but they cannot replace hard work and dedication. Other wishes may have unintended consequences that ripple through time. A wish for a scientific breakthrough may lead to the development of new technologies that have both positive and negative impacts on society. A wish for a cure for a disease may lead to overpopulation and resource scarcity. The long-term effects of wish granting are often unpredictable and far-reaching. It is impossible to know for certain how a wish will play out over the course of centuries. This is why Jirachi's legend is so compelling. It forces us to confront the complexities of human desire and the potential consequences of our actions. It reminds us that the power of wishes is not to be taken lightly. The symbolism of Jirachi extends beyond its wish-granting abilities. It also represents the importance of hope in the face of adversity. Its fleeting appearance reminds us that even in the darkest of times, there is always a glimmer of light, a possibility for a better future. Imagine a world without hope, a world where everyone has given up on their dreams. Such a world would be bleak and desolate, devoid of joy and inspiration. Jirachi's legend is a beacon of hope, a reminder that even the most impossible dreams can come true. It inspires us to never give up on our aspirations, to continue striving for a better future, no matter how difficult the challenges may seem. The cyclical nature of Jirachi's sleep and awakening also represents the resilience of the human spirit. We may face setbacks and disappointments, but we always have the capacity to bounce back, to learn from our mistakes, and to continue pursuing our dreams. Jirachi's legend is a testament to the enduring power of hope, a reminder that even in the face of despair we can always find the strength to carry on. The very existence of Jirachi raises profound questions about the nature of reality. Is the universe a deterministic system, governed by fixed laws and predictable outcomes? Or is it a more fluid and malleable entity, responsive to human desires and capable of bending to our will? Jirachi's legend suggests that the latter is true, that the universe is not a fixed and immutable entity, but a dynamic and ever-changing landscape shaped by the collective consciousness of all living beings. Imagine the implications of this idea. If the universe is truly responsive to our desires, then we have the power to create our own reality. We can shape our destinies through our thoughts, our beliefs, and our actions. This is a powerful and empowering message, but it also comes with a great deal of responsibility. If we have the power to create our own reality, then we must also be mindful of the consequences of our actions. We must strive to create a world that reflects our highest ideals, a world that is just, equitable, and sustainable. Jirachi's legend is a call to action, a reminder that we are all co-creators of the universe. We have the power to shape our own destinies and to create a better future for all. As Jirachi slumbers once more, returning to its celestial cocoon for another 1,000 years, we are left to ponder the mysteries of its existence. What is the true source of its power? What is the purpose of its fleeting visits to Earth? And what is the ultimate impact of its wish-granting on the world? These questions may never be fully answered, but the very act of asking them is a testament to the enduring power of Jirachi's legend. It inspires us to wonder, to dream, and to believe in the possibility of miracles. But this journey into the realm of wishes is far from over, because next we must consider the chained titan, the continent mover, Regigigas, slumbering, waiting to be awakened. Imagine a being so powerful, its very existence reshaped the world. A titan of immense strength, capable of moving continents with its bare hands. This is the legend of Regigigas, a Pokémon shrouded in mystery and burdened by its own incredible power. But how did such a being come to be? What drove it to such feats of strength, and what ultimately led to its slumber? These are questions that echo through the ages, whispers carried on the wind from ancient civilizations that once revered, and perhaps feared, this colossal Pokémon. Regigigas wasn't born of the modern world, of bustling cities or meticulously crafted battle arenas. Its origins lie in a time when the earth was still raw, untamed, and brimming with primal energy. A time when Pokémon weren't just companions, but forces of nature, shaping the very landscape around them. Picture this: vast, untouched continents stretching as far as the eye can see, towering mountains piercing the sky, and sprawling forests teeming with Pokémon unlike any you've ever encountered. In this era, Regigigas walked as a giant among giants. Legends say that Regigigas single-handedly dragged the continents into their present positions. Imagine the sheer force required to accomplish such a task, uprooting entire landmasses, tearing them from their foundations, and rearranging them across the face of the planet. It's a feat that defies comprehension, a testament to the unimaginable power that resided within this single Pokémon. But why? What drove Regigigas to undertake such a monumental task? Was it a benevolent act, a desire to create a more habitable world for all Pokémon, or was it driven by some other, more mysterious purpose? The answers, like Regigigas itself, remain shrouded in the mists of time. Some believe that Regigigas was driven by a deep connection to the Earth, a primal understanding of its needs and desires. Perhaps the continents were shifting in a way that threatened the planet's delicate balance, and Regigigas, with its immense strength, was the only one capable of restoring harmony. Others suggest that Regigigas was acting on the will of an even greater power, a force that guided its actions and directed its purpose. Perhaps it was a servant of Arceus, tasked with shaping the world according to the Creator's divine plan. Whatever the reason, the impact of Regigigas' actions is undeniable. The continents as we know them today are a testament to its power, a lasting reminder of the Titan that once walked the earth. But the story of Regigigas doesn't end with its feats of strength. In fact, it's only the beginning. For a being of such immense power, Regigigas' current state is a stark contrast to its glorious past. Today, Regigigas slumbers, confined to the depths of ancient ruins, waiting for a time when its power is needed once more. But why is it sleeping? What caused this mighty Titan to fall into such a deep and prolonged slumber? The answer, it seems, lies in the very power that once defined it. The same strength that allowed Regigigas to move continents also made it a target of fear and suspicion. Imagine the unease that must have rippled through the ancient world as Regigigas roamed freely. A Pokémon capable of reshaping the very landscape at will. It's not hard to understand why some would have seen it as a threat, a force that needed to be controlled. And so, the legends say, Regigigas was chained. Not with physical chains of metal or stone, but with bonds of fear and mistrust. Its power was deemed too dangerous, its potential for destruction too great. And so, it was sealed away, forced into a slumber that would last for centuries. But who was responsible for this act? Who had the power to subdue such a mighty Titan? The answer, once again, is shrouded in mystery. Some believe that it was the work of humans, driven by their own fear and desire for control. Others suggest that it was the work of other powerful Pokémon, beings who saw Regigigas as a threat to their own dominance. Regardless of who was responsible, the act of chaining Regigigas serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power and the fear that it can inspire. It's a reminder that even the most powerful beings can be brought down by the combined forces of fear and mistrust. But the story of Regigigas doesn't end with its imprisonment, for even in its slumber, its influence continues to be felt. and this influence is most evident in the creation of 3 other legendary Pokémon, Regirock, Regis, and Registeel. These 3 titans, each embodying a different element, are said to be extensions of Regigigas itself. Created from rock, ice, and steel, they serve as guardians of ancient ruins, waiting for the day when their master will awaken once more. But what is the connection between Regigigas and these 3 titans? Are they simply mindless constructs created to serve its will? Or is there something more to their relationship? Some believe that Regirock, Regis, and Registeel are fragments of Regigigas' own power, split off and given form. Each titan represents a different aspect of its being, a different facet of its immense strength. Regirock, with its rugged exterior and unwavering resolve, embodies the Earth's unyielding power. Regis, with its glacial heart and impenetrable defences, represents the cold, harsh forces of nature, and Registeel, with its metallic body and unwavering focus, embodies the strength and resilience of human ingenuity. Together, these 3 titans represent the diverse forces that shaped the world, the same forces that Regigigas once commanded with such ease. They are a testament to its power, a living reminder of its existence. But the connection between Regigigas and its titans goes beyond mere power. It's also a connection of purpose. Each titan is tasked with guarding a specific location, protecting it from those who would seek to exploit its power. Regirock guards ancient ruins in the desert, protecting them from the harsh elements and the prying eyes of treasure hunters. Regis guards a frozen cave, shielding its secrets from those who would seek to harness its icy power. And Registeel guards a hidden chamber, protecting its advanced technology from those who would misuse it. These titans are not just guardians, they are also testaments. They test the worthiness of those who seek to awaken Regigigas, ensuring that only those with pure intentions and unwavering resolve are able to unlock its power. To awaken Regigigas, one must first prove themselves worthy by defeating its titans. Only then will the ancient seals be broken, and the slumbering titan will awaken once more. But what does it mean to be worthy? What qualities does Regigigas seek in those who would awaken it? Is it strength, courage, wisdom? Perhaps it's all of these things, and more. Perhaps Regigigas seeks someone who understands the burden of power, someone who is willing to use its strength for the good of all. For the story of Regigigas is not just a story about power, it's also a story about responsibility. It's a reminder that with great power comes great responsibility, and that those who wield such power must do so with wisdom and compassion. The chaining of Regigigas serves as a stark reminder of what can happen when power is feared and misunderstood. It's a testament to the importance of trust, understanding, and the willingness to embrace the unknown. And so, the legend of Regigigas continues to resonate through the ages, a tale of immense strength, ancient origins, and the burden of power. A story that reminds us of the potential for both good and evil that lies within us all. But what does the future hold for Regigigas? Will it ever awaken from its slumber? Will it once again roam the earth, shaping the continents to its will? Or will it remain chained, a prisoner of its own power, forever dreaming of a time when it was free? The answer, it seems, lies in our hands. It is up to us to learn from the mistakes of the past, to embrace understanding and compassion, and to use our own power for the good of all. Only then can we hope to unlock the true potential of Regigigas, and to usher in a new era of harmony and balance. The slumber of Regigigas is a powerful symbol. It represents the potential that lies dormant within us all, waiting to be awakened. It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times there is always hope for a brighter future. But the story of Regigigas also raises important questions about the nature of power itself. Is power inherently good or evil? Is it a force that should be embraced or feared? The answer, it seems, is not so simple. Power in and of itself is neither good nor evil. It is merely a tool, a force that can be used for either purpose. It is up to us to decide how we will wield it, and to ensure that we do so with wisdom and compassion. The legend of Regigigas is a reminder that we all have the potential for greatness within us. We all have the power to shape the world around us, to make a positive impact on the lives of others. But with that power comes responsibility. We must use it wisely, and we must always be mindful of the consequences of our actions. The story of Regigigas is a story about the burden of power, the fear that it can inspire, and the importance of using it for the good of all. It's a story that resonates through the ages, a reminder that even the most powerful beings are not immune to the forces of fear and mistrust. But it's also a story about hope, about the potential for greatness that lies within us all, and about the importance of embracing understanding and compassion. It's a story that reminds us that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope for a brighter future. So the next time you see a Regigigas, remember its story, remember its immense strength, its ancient origins, and the burden of power that it carries, and remember that even in its slumber, its influence continues to be felt, shaping the world around us in ways that we may never fully understand. Think about the lessons learned from this slumbering giant. How does fear shape action? How does power corrupt or enlighten? These are timeless questions, and Regigigas, in its silent slumber, offers a potent meditation on them. But as Regigigas slumbers, another mystery begins to stir, one that reaches beyond stone and time itself. For every creation has a beginning and a creator. What if the ancient forces that shaped the continents were themselves shaped by something greater? What if all the myths, all the legends trace back to a single origin, the first spark from which existence itself was born? Now, we turn to the heart of all creation, to the being said to have emerged from nothingness, carrying the power to shape worlds, mould time, and give life to all that is. This is the story of Arceus, the original one, the alpha Pokémon, and the divine architect of the Pokémon universe. Think of what it would be like being born before time itself, a solitary entity emerging from a swirling vortex of nothingness. This is the genesis of Arceus, the alpha Pokémon, the being from which all creation is said to have sprung. The very concept strains the limits of understanding, doesn't it? To predate existence, to be the uncaused cause, is a notion that resonates deeply within the core of myth and legend. From this primordial state, Arceus, according to Sinnoh region mythology, shaped the universe with its 1,000 arms. It wasn't merely an act of construction, but one of emanation. From itself, Arceus brought forth the beings that would govern the fundamental aspects of reality. Dialga, the embodiment of time, was given the power to control the flow of moments, to accelerate or decelerate the relentless march of existence. Every tick of the clock, every sunrise and sunset falls under Dialga's dominion. Palkia, the master of space, was tasked with shaping the very fabric of reality, creating dimensions and connecting them, weaving the tapestry of the cosmos. Imagine the sheer power, the unimaginable scope of influence these beings wielded. And then there's Giratina. Often misunderstood, feared even, Giratina was given dominion over antimatter, the force that balances and mirrors the known universe. But its violent nature, its inherent instability, led to its banishment to the distortion world, a realm where the laws of physics twist and bend to its will. Was this a punishment or a necessary act of preserving balance? The question lingers. These three beings, born from Arceus, represent the foundational pillars upon which the Pokémon world, and perhaps all worlds, are built. Time, space, and antimatter, the forces that govern existence itself. But why would Arceus, the creator, choose to remain distant, a figure of myth and legend rather than a present and active god? That's the central mystery surrounding Arceus. If it possessed the power to create such wonders, why does it remain aloof, seemingly unconcerned with the fate of its creations? The answer, as with many things shrouded in myth, is complex and open to interpretation. Some believe that Arceus, having set the universe in motion, simply retreated to observe its unfolding, a cosmic gardener watching its seeds sprout and grow. Others suggest that Arceus is testing its creations, waiting to see if they are worthy of the gifts they have been given. Perhaps Arceus fears interference, understanding that even the best intentions can have unforeseen consequences on the delicate balance of the universe. Still others whisper of a great betrayal, a time when humanity, or perhaps another powerful force, turned against Arceus, forcing it to withdraw and shield itself from the world it had created. This theory often ties into the legend of the Azure Flute, a mythical instrument said to be capable of summoning Arceus. If such an artifact exists, why has it never been found? Or if it has, why has it never been used to call upon the Creator? The answer might lie in the plates of Arceus. These artifacts, each representing a different type, are said to be fragments of Arceus's power, scattered across the world long ago. They are not merely objects of power, but symbols of Arceus's essence, imbued with the very energies that shape the universe. Each plate resonates with a specific element. The flame plate crackles with fire, the splash plate shimmers with water, the meadow plate bursts with the vitality of nature. Collecting these plates is not just a quest for power, but a symbolic act of piecing together the shattered fragments of the Creator itself. The legends say that when all the plates are gathered and Arceus is presented with them, its true power will be restored and balance will be returned to the world. But what kind of balance? A balance dictated by Arceus, or one forged by the beings that inhabit the world? The implications are staggering. The very nature of Arceus is a subject of debate. Is it a divine figure, a conscious and benevolent god overseeing its creation with love and care? Or is it simply a force of nature, an impersonal entity whose actions are governed by cosmic laws beyond human comprehension? The answer likely lies somewhere in between. Arceus, as the creator, possesses immense power, but that power is not necessarily tied to a specific moral compass. It is a force of creation, capable of both great good and unimaginable destruction, depending on the circumstances and the intentions of those who wield its power or seek to control it. Consider the implications of Arceus's creation of Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina. While Dialga and Palkia maintain the stability of time and space, Giratina, banished to the distortion world, represents the chaotic and destructive forces that are also inherent in the universe. Was this intentional? Did Arceus create Giratina as a necessary counterpoint to Dialga and Palkia, a reminder that balance requires both order and chaos? Or was Giratina's banishment a sign of failure, a flaw in Arceus's design that threatened to unravel the fabric of reality? These questions have plagued philosophers and theologians within the Pokémon world for centuries. There are no easy answers, only endless cycles of debate and interpretation. But one thing is certain, the story of Arceus is not just a creation myth, it's a reflection on the nature of power, responsibility, and the enduring struggle between order and chaos. The plates themselves offer a clue to Arceus's nature. Each plate represents a different type, a different aspect of the world. By mastering these types, by understanding their strengths and weaknesses, humans and Pokémon alike can gain a deeper understanding of the Creator itself. But the plates are also symbols of division. They represent the fragmentation of Arceus's power, the scattering of its essence across the world. To reunite them is not just to restore Arceus's power, but to heal a cosmic wound, to bring together the disparate elements of the universe into a unified whole. What would happen if Arceus were to return in full power? Would it usher in an era of unprecedented peace and prosperity, or would it reshape the world according to its own unknowable designs, potentially erasing everything we hold dear? The answer depends perhaps on us, on our ability to understand and respect the power of creation, on our willingness to embrace both order and chaos, and on our capacity for compassion and understanding. Arceus, as the creator, may hold the key to our future, but it is up to us to unlock that potential. The story of Arceus is a reminder that even the most powerful beings are not immune to the consequences of their actions. Its decision to remain distant, to observe its creation from afar, may be a sign of wisdom or a reflection of regret. We may never know the true motives of the creator, but we can learn from its example, striving to use our own power responsibly and to create a world worthy of its blessing. The legends surrounding Arceus often speak of a great trial, a time when the world will be tested and Arceus will return to judge its creation. This trial may not be a literal event, but a continuous process, a constant struggle to maintain balance in a world filled with conflict and uncertainty. Every choice we make, every action we take contributes to this trial. By choosing compassion over cruelty, understanding over ignorance, and cooperation over conflict, we can demonstrate our worthiness and help to create a future where Arceus' return is a blessing, not a curse. The mystery of Arceus' absence is not just a theological puzzle, but a call to action. It is a reminder that we are all responsible for the fate of the world, and that our choices have consequences that ripple through the fabric of reality. Perhaps Arceus is not truly absent, but simply waiting for us to awaken, to realize our own potential, and to take responsibility for our actions. Maybe the Creator is not a distant god, but a spark of divinity within each of us, waiting to be ignited. The plates of Arceus, scattered across the world, are not just objects of power, but metaphors for the different aspects of ourselves. By embracing our own strengths and weaknesses, by integrating the disparate elements of our personalities, we can become more complete, more whole, and more capable of fulfilling our potential. The story of Arceus is a story of creation, but it is also a story of redemption. It is a reminder that even the most flawed creations can be redeemed, that even the most broken relationships can be healed, and that even the most distant gods can be brought closer through acts of love and compassion. So, what is the role of Arceus in the Pokémon universe? Is it a divine figure, a force of nature, or something else entirely? The answer, as with many things in the world of Pokémon, is left to our interpretation. But one thing is certain. The story of Arceus is a powerful reminder of the enduring power of myth, the importance of responsibility, and the potential for redemption. It invites us to consider our place in the universe, to question the nature of creation, and to strive for a future where balance and harmony prevail. The tale of Arceus serves as a potent reminder that even entities of unimaginable power are bound by the consequences of their actions. Its self-imposed exile, whether born of wisdom or regret, underscores the profound responsibility that accompanies creation. It challenges us to contemplate our own roles as stewards of this world and to recognize the ripple effect of our choices. Are we shaping a world worthy of the Creator's blessing, or are we paving the path to its potential dismay? The plates of Arceus scattered across the lands are not mere artifacts of power. They are symbolic fragments of a shattered whole, mirroring the diverse facets of our own being. To seek them out is to embark on a journey of self-discovery, to confront our strengths and weaknesses, and to integrate the disparate elements that compose our individual identities. In uniting these fragments, we not only restore Arceus' potential, but also strive toward our own wholeness, becoming more capable of fulfilling our inherent purpose. As we ponder the enigma of Arceus' absence, we are compelled to confront the profound question of our own agency. Is the Creator truly detached, or is it patiently awaiting our awakening, our recognition of the divine spark that resides within each of us? Perhaps the legends of Arceus are not meant to be taken as literal accounts, but as allegorical narratives that illuminate the path toward self-realization and collective responsibility. The potential return of Arceus looms as a pivotal moment in the Pokémon universe, fraught with both promise and peril. Will it herald an era of unparalleled harmony, or will it usher in an epoch of reshaping, potentially erasing the very essence of what we cherish? The answer, it seems, lies not in the hands of the creator alone, but in the collective choices of those who inhabit this world. It is a testament to the power of free will and the enduring capacity for both creation and destruction. The story of Arceus is a timeless exploration of creation, responsibility, and the enduring quest for balance. It serves as a mirror, reflecting our own aspirations, fears, and the profound interconnectedness of all things. It is an invitation to delve deeper into the mysteries of existence and to contemplate the profound implications of our choices. As we unravel the threads of Arceus's mythos, we uncover not only the origins of the Pokémon universe, but also a profound reflection on the nature of power, the burden of responsibility, and the enduring struggle between order and chaos. Its tale serves as a constant reminder that even the most powerful entities are not exempt from the consequences of their actions, and that the fate of the world rests ultimately in the hands of its inhabitants. The question of whether Arceus is a divine figure or a force of nature remains open to interpretation, but regardless of its true nature, its influence on the Pokémon world is undeniable. Its creations, Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, continue to shape the very fabric of reality, while its scattered plates serve as reminders of its power and the potential for both creation and destruction. The legends surrounding Arceus offer a glimpse into the origins of the Pokémon universe, but they also raise profound questions about the nature of existence itself. What is the purpose of creation? What is the role of free will? And what is the ultimate fate of the world? These are questions that have no easy answers, but they are worth pondering nonetheless. Perhaps the greatest lesson to be learned from the story of Arceus is the importance of balance. The creator itself embodies this principle, representing both the forces of creation and destruction. Its creations, Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, also embody this balance, with Dialga and Palkia maintaining the order of time and space, while Giratina represents the chaotic forces that threaten to unravel the fabric of reality. To truly understand Arceus, we must embrace both the light and the darkness, the order and the chaos, and the creation and the destruction. Only then can we begin to grasp the full scope of its power and the true meaning of its existence. But even with all this knowledge, one question still lingers. Why Yamask? What is the origin of this spectral Pokémon, forever bound to a mask that reflects its past life? Is it a cautionary tale, a glimpse into a possible future, or something far more profound? That's what we'll explore next, as we delve into the echoes of the past and confront the sorrow of Yamask's remembrance. I hope you're as amazed by this as I am. If you want to stay updated on more content like this, make sure to subscribe and join our community of curious minds. Trust me, what's coming next will challenge everything you thought you knew. In the tapestry of Pokémon lore, some threads are woven with joy and adventure, while others are tinged with profound sorrow and the lingering echoes of loss. Among these more melancholic tales, none resonates quite like the story of Yamask, a spectral Pokémon burdened by the weight of its past. Yamask isn't merely a ghost, it's a fragment of a life lived, a soul adrift in the currents of time, forever tethered to a reminder of what it once was. But what exactly is the origin of this haunting creature? What circumstances led to its spectral existence? And what secrets lie hidden beneath the mask it clutches so dearly? The Pokédex entries offer only glimpses, fragments of information that paint a picture both intriguing and deeply unsettling. They tell us that Yamask was once human, that it retains memories of its previous life. This isn't a wild Pokémon born of nature, it's a soul transformed, a being caught between worlds. Imagine the weight of that knowledge, the constant awareness of a life irrevocably lost. Unlike other ghost-type Pokémon, who may be born from pure energy or possess inanimate objects, Yamask carries within it the very essence of a human being, the echoes of a personality, relationships, and experiences now forever out of reach. But what happened to this human? What tragedy befell them that resulted in their transformation into a Yamask? The games offer no definitive answer, leaving us to piece together the puzzle from fragmented clues and unsettling implications. Was it a sudden, violent death? A slow, agonizing decline? Or perhaps something even more mysterious and inexplicable? The ambiguity surrounding Yamask's past only serves to deepen the mystery and enhance the emotional impact of its story. It forces us to confront our own mortality, to contemplate the fragility of life and the enduring power of memory. And then there's the mask. This isn't just any mask, it's a replica of the face Yamask possessed when it was still human. It's a tangible link to its past identity, a constant reminder of its former self. Why does Yamask carry this mask? What purpose does it serve? Some believe that the mask is a source of comfort, a way for Yamask to cling to its lost humanity. By holding on to this physical representation of its former face, it can perhaps maintain a sense of self, a connection to the person it once was. But others suggest that the mask is a burden, a constant source of pain and sorrow. Every time Yamask looks at the mask, it's forced to confront the reality of its transformation, the chasm that separates it from the world of the living. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between. Perhaps the mask is both a comfort and a burden, a symbol of both hope and despair. It's a reminder of what was lost, but also a testament to the enduring power of memory and the human spirit. The Pokédex entries also mention that Yamask is sometimes seen weeping when it glimpses its reflection. Think about that for a moment. This isn't just a fleeting moment of sadness, it's a deep, inconsolable grief that wells up from the depths of its being. What does Yamask see when it looks at its reflection? Does it see the ghostly visage of its current form, a stark contrast to the face it once knew? Does it see the reflection of its lost life, the memories and experiences that now exist only as echoes in its mind? The image of Yamask weeping at its reflection is a powerful and poignant one, a testament to the enduring pain of loss and the struggle to come to terms with the changed identity. It's a reminder that even in the fantastical world of Pokémon, there are characters who grapple with profound and universal human emotions. But Yamask's story goes beyond simple sadness. It delves into the very core of what it means to be human, to have an identity, and to lose that identity in the face of transformation and loss. What does it mean to be reduced to a mere shadow of your former self, to be haunted by the memories of a life that is no longer yours? Yamask's existence raises profound questions about the nature of identity and the enduring power of the human spirit. Is identity simply a collection of memories and experiences? Or is there something more, something intrinsic that survives even in the face of death and transformation? If identity is simply a collection of memories, then Yamask's continued existence suggests that those memories can persist even after the body has perished. But if identity is something more, then Yamask's struggle to come to terms with its new form may represent a deeper crisis, a struggle to reconcile its former self with its current reality. The story of Yamask also touches on the concept of reincarnation, the belief that souls are reborn into new lives after death. In many cultures, reincarnation is seen as a cycle of growth and renewal, a chance to learn from past mistakes and evolve into a more enlightened being. But Yamask's existence challenges this optimistic view of reincarnation. Instead of being reborn into a new life, Yamask is trapped in a liminal state, neither fully alive nor fully dead. It's a ghost haunted by the memories of its past, unable to move on to the next stage of its journey. Is this a perversion of the natural cycle of reincarnation? Or is it simply a different kind of reincarnation, one that is more focused on the enduring power of memory and the struggle to come to terms with loss? Perhaps Yamask's story is a reminder that reincarnation isn't always a smooth and seamless process, that there can be bumps and detours along the way. Perhaps it's a reminder that even after death, the past can continue to haunt us, shaping our present and influencing our future. But there's also a glimmer of hope in Yamask's story. Despite its sorrow and its struggle to come to terms with its past, Yamask continues to exist. It hasn't given up. It hasn't faded away into nothingness. This suggests that there's a strength and resilience within Yamask, a will to survive that transcends its ghostly form. Perhaps this strength comes from its memories, from its connection to its past life. Or perhaps it comes from something deeper, something intrinsic to its soul. Whatever the source of its strength, Yamask's continued existence is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. It's a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable loss and transformation, we can find the strength to carry on, to hold on to our memories, and to continue to search for meaning in our lives. And who knows, perhaps one day Yamask will find peace. Perhaps one day it will be able to come to terms with its past, to let go of its sorrow, and to finally move on to the next stage of its journey. Until then, it remains a haunting reminder of the fragility of life, the enduring power of memory, and the importance of cherishing the present moment. It's a Pokémon that challenges us to confront our own mortality, to contemplate the meaning of identity, and to appreciate the preciousness of every human connection. Yamask's tale is a somber one, yet it resonates deeply, reminding us that even within the vibrant and fantastical world of Pokémon, there exists a space for introspection, for grappling with profound themes of loss, identity, and the enduring echoes of our past. The mask it carries isn't just an object, it's a symbol of a life lived, a face remembered, a past that refuses to be forgotten. It's a tangible representation of the struggle to maintain a sense of self in the face of overwhelming change. When Yamask weeps at its reflection, it's not simply mourning a lost appearance, it's lamenting the loss of an entire existence, the relationships, experiences, and dreams that have been swept away by the currents of time. But within this sorrow, there's also a subtle strength, a refusal to surrender to the darkness. Yamask continues to exist, to remember, to feel, even in its spectral form. It's a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, the enduring power of memory, and the profound impact of a life, however fleeting, on the fabric of existence. The cycle of reincarnation, often viewed as a path to renewal and growth, takes on a different dimension in Yamask's story. It's not a seamless transition to a new beginning, but a lingering echo of what once was, a reminder that the past can shape our present in profound and unexpected ways. Perhaps Yamask's journey is a call to embrace our own pasts, to acknowledge the experiences that have shaped us, both the joyful and the sorrowful, and to find strength in the memories that make us who we are. Yamask's tale invites us to consider what truly defines us, what remains when everything else is stripped away. Is it our physical form, our relationships, or is it something more intangible, a spark of consciousness that persists beyond the boundaries of life and death? In the grand tapestry of Pokémon, Yamask stands as a poignant reminder of the complexities of existence, the enduring power of the human spirit, and the importance of cherishing every moment of our lives. It's a creature that evokes empathy, prompting us to reflect on our own journeys, our own losses, and the memories that shape our identities. The whispers of Yamask's past remind us that even in a world filled with adventure and fantastical creatures, there's always room for introspection, for acknowledging the bittersweet beauty of life, and for finding strength in the face of adversity. And so, as we delve deeper into the forgotten myths of Pokémon, we find ourselves confronted with not just fantastical tales, but also profound reflections on the human condition. The story of Yamask is a testament to the power of storytelling, its ability to evoke emotions, spark contemplation, and connect us to something larger than ourselves. But the echoes of the past don't end with Yamask. There are other Pokémon, other creatures shrouded in mystery and burdened by their own unique histories. And among these, one stands out for its unsettling appearance and the chilling tales that surround it. Mimikyu, a creature driven by loneliness, desperately seeking connection, but forever hidden behind a disguise. What secrets lie beneath that Pikachu costume, and what darkness fuels its desperate yearning for acceptance? That's where our journey takes us next. The question of Mimikyu's curse. Is it self-inflicted or imposed upon it? Imagine a world where appearance dictates acceptance, where loneliness festers beneath a veil of imitation. This is the world of Mimikyu, a Pokémon shrouded in mystery and cloaked in an internal yearning for connection. Its very existence is a poignant reflection of our own desires, our own fears of rejection, and the lengths we might go to in order to find belonging. Mimikyu. The name itself whispers of mimicry, of imitation, a desperate attempt to bridge a chasm of isolation. But why the Pikachu disguise? Why this particular form, so meticulously if crudely fashioned? The answer, perhaps, lies in Pikachu's unparalleled popularity, its iconic status as the face of the Pokémon world. Mimikyu, hidden beneath its raggedy sheet, sees in Pikachu a beacon of acceptance, a symbol of the very connection it so desperately craves. Think about it. Pikachu is beloved. Pikachu is cherished. Pikachu is the friend everyone wants. And Mimikyu, peering out from the shadows, witnesses this adoration, this unwavering affection. Is it any wonder that it chooses to emulate this form, to clothe itself in the guise of popularity in the hope of attracting even a fraction of the same affection? But there's a darkness woven into Mimikyu's story, a chilling truth that sets it apart from other Pokémon seeking companionship. It's said that to gaze upon Mimikyu's true form is to invite misfortune, even death. A fatal truth that adds another layer of complexity to its already tragic existence. Why is its true form so dangerous? What horrors lie beneath the Pikachu disguise? Is it a power so immense that it cannot be contained, a chaotic energy that shatters the minds of those who witness it? Or is it something far more disturbing, a reflection of a deep-seated sorrow, a visual manifestation of its crushing loneliness that proves too much for mortal eyes to bear? Perhaps the curse isn't inherent to Mimikyu's form, but rather a consequence of the overwhelming despair that clings to it. Maybe the shock of seeing its true self, a creature so utterly devoid of connection, so consumed by longing, is what proves fatal. Consider the implications. Mimikyu is not only isolated, but it's also feared. It's trapped in a cruel paradox, desperately seeking connection, but simultaneously repelling it with the very nature of its being. Every attempt to reach out, every clumsy imitation of Pikachu, is ultimately overshadowed by the inherent danger it poses. This begs the question, is Mimikyu's curse self-inflicted or imposed upon it? Did it choose to conceal itself beneath the Pikachu disguise knowing the risks? Or was it forced into hiding by a world that couldn't accept its true form? Perhaps it was an act of desperation, a last-ditch effort to find a place in a world that had seemingly rejected it from the start. Maybe it saw the Pikachu costume as a shield, a way to protect itself from further pain and isolation. Or could it be that the curse is a self-fulfilling prophecy? Does Mimikyu believe itself to be monstrous, and does that belief somehow manifest in a way that makes its true form truly dangerous? It's a chilling thought, the idea that our own self-perception can shape our reality, that our fears can become self-imposed prisons. Think about the implications of this curse on Mimikyu's psyche. It's not just hiding, it's actively suppressing its true self. What does that do to a creature's sense of identity? How can it ever truly connect with others when it's constantly presenting a false image? It's like living behind a mask, but a mask that can literally kill those who try to remove it. The pressure must be immense, the constant fear of exposure, the knowledge that genuine connection is forever out of reach. But what if someone were to see Mimikyu's true form and survive? What if someone could look past the perceived horror and see the lonely, yearning creature beneath? Would that break the curse? Would it finally allow Mimikyu to find the connection it so desperately seeks? It's a tantalizing possibility, a glimmer of hope in an otherwise bleak existence, but it also raises a difficult question. Is it fair to ask someone to risk their life for the sake of another's happiness? Is any connection worth such a sacrifice? Perhaps the answer lies not in finding someone willing to brave the curse, but in Mimikyu learning to accept itself, to embrace its true form, even if it means remaining isolated. Maybe true connection can only come when we are willing to be vulnerable, to show the world our authentic selves, flaws and all. But how can Mimikyu possibly learn to love itself when its very existence is defined by rejection and fear? How can it break free from the cycle of imitation and self-suppression when the consequences of revealing its true form are so dire? It's a complex question, one that speaks to the core of our own struggles with self-acceptance. We all have parts of ourselves that we hide, aspects of our personality that we fear will be judged or rejected. And like Mimikyu, we sometimes resort to imitation, to presenting a false image in the hope of gaining acceptance. But true connection can only come when we are willing to be authentic, to show the world who we truly are, even if it means risking vulnerability. And perhaps that's the lesson that Mimikyu's story ultimately teaches us. Consider the ethical implications of capturing a Mimikyu. Are we rescuing it from its loneliness? Or are we simply adding to its torment by forcing it to battle and perform for our amusement? Is it possible to truly care for a creature whose very existence is defined by suffering? It's a question that challenges our own perceptions of Pokémon ownership, forcing us to confront the darker aspects of our relationship with these creatures. Are we truly their companions, or are we simply exploiting their power for our own gain? Think about the symbolism of Mimikyu's disguise. The Pikachu costume is crude, ill-fitting, and clearly fake. It's a constant reminder of Mimikyu's inability to truly connect, its desperate attempt to be something it's not. But perhaps the imperfections of the disguise are also its strength. They are a testament to Mimikyu's resilience, its unwavering determination to find connection despite the odds. They are a visual representation of its vulnerability, its willingness to put itself out there, even in the face of potential rejection. What if Mimikyu's curse isn't a curse at all, but rather a test of our compassion, our empathy, our ability to see beyond the surface and recognize the inherent worth of every living being, regardless of their appearance or perceived flaws? Perhaps the true horror isn't Mimikyu's true form, but our own inability to see past the disguise, to recognize the lonely, yearning creature beneath. Maybe the fatal consequences of seeing Mimikyu's true form are simply a reflection of our own fear of vulnerability, our own unwillingness to confront the darker aspects of ourselves. Consider the potential for Mimikyu to evolve. What would an evolved Mimikyu look like? Would it shed its Pikachu disguise, finally embracing its true form? Or would it create an even more elaborate imitation, further distancing itself from its authentic self? Perhaps evolution would bring with it a greater understanding of its curse, a newfound ability to control its power and connect with others without causing harm. Or maybe it would simply amplify its existing traits, making it even more isolated and feared. The possibilities are endless, but one thing is certain. Mimikyu's evolution would be a profound transformation, a reflection of its journey towards self-acceptance and connection. Think about the role of the Pokémon trainer in Mimikyu's life. Can a trainer truly provide the companionship that Mimikyu so desperately craves? Or is the relationship inherently unequal, based on power dynamics rather than genuine affection? Perhaps the best a trainer can do is to provide Mimikyu with a safe and supportive environment, a place where it can feel accepted and valued for who it is, regardless of its disguise or its curse. But even the most well-intentioned trainer cannot fully alleviate Mimikyu's loneliness. The desire for connection is a fundamental part of its being, and it's a desire that can only be fulfilled through genuine interaction with others. So, what is the ultimate solution to Mimikyu's plight? Is there a way to break the curse, to allow it to connect with others without causing harm? Or is it destined to remain forever isolated, a tragic figure trapped in a cycle of imitation and self-suppression. Perhaps the answer lies not in finding a solution, but in accepting Mimikyu for who it is, in recognizing its inherent worth, and in offering it the compassion and understanding that it so desperately needs. Maybe true connection isn't about breaking curses or changing appearances, but about embracing vulnerability, accepting imperfection, and recognizing the shared humanity that binds us all together. And perhaps that's the most important lesson Mimikyu's story teaches us, that even in the darkest of circumstances, even when burdened by fear and longing, there remains a quiet hope, the hope of being seen, accepted, and loved for who we truly are. But Mimikyu's tale is only one shade of the loneliness that drifts through the Pokémon world. Some stories burn with a gentler sorrow, a light that flickers between warmth and danger, life and loss. Our next story leads us to such a light, a tiny flame that guides the lost through the darkness, even as it slowly leads them elsewhere. Now we turn to Litwick, the little candle whose glow may comfort you, but whose light hides a far more haunting truth. Imagine wandering through a dimly lit forest, the path ahead barely visible. A faint, ethereal glow appears in the distance, promising guidance, a beacon of hope in the encroaching darkness. You follow it, drawn in by its gentle allure, unaware of the truth that lies hidden within its flickering flame. This is the deceptive invitation of Litwick, a Pokémon whose innocent appearance masks a hunger that transcends mere sustenance. Litwick, the candle Pokémon, is a small, unassuming creature, its form resembling a simple wax candle with a small purple flame burning atop its head. Its large, innocent eyes and seemingly gentle demeanour create an aura of harmlessness, leading unsuspecting travellers to believe it is a friendly guide, a source of light in the darkness. But beneath this facade lies a chilling secret. Litwick's flame is fueled not by wax, but by the life energy of those it leads astray. These Pokémon aren't driven by malice, but by an insatiable need, an instinctual hunger that dictates their every action. They lure unsuspecting humans and Pokémon deeper into shadowy places, their flames gradually siphoning away their vitality. The victims, initially unaware of the subtle drain, find themselves growing weaker, their energy fading as Litwick's flame burns brighter. It's a slow, insidious process, a chilling reminder that appearances can be profoundly deceiving. But what happens to the life energy that Litwick consumes? It doesn't simply vanish into the ether. Instead, it fuels Litwick's own evolution, driving its transformation into the more powerful Lampent. Lampent, the lamp Pokémon, evolves from Litwick when it has absorbed enough life energy. Its form is that of an antique oil lamp, the flame now encased within a glass shade. While Litwick's deception relies on its innocent appearance, Lampent takes a more active role in seeking out its victims. It haunts hospitals and graveyards, drawn to the lingering life force of the recently departed. It uses its eerie glow to lure lost souls, feeding on their energy as they drift aimlessly through the spirit world. The transformation from Litwick to Lampent is more than just a change in physical form. It's a shift in purpose, a deepening of its connection to the cycle of life and death. Lampent becomes a collector of souls, a spectral guide leading the departed towards their final destination, all while subtly consuming their remaining energy. It's a grim task, a constant reminder of the fragility of life and the insatiable hunger that drives these Pokémon. And then comes the final transformation, the culmination of their spectral journey, Chandelure. Chandelure, the luring Pokémon, is the final evolved form of Litwick, a magnificent chandelier with two large purple flames burning brightly within its ornate frame. By this stage, it has accumulated a vast store of life energy, its power reaching its peak. Chandelure no longer needs to lure its victims with subtle tricks or deceptive appearances. Instead, it uses its intense flames to directly absorb the souls of those who venture too close, trapping them within its fiery embrace. The flames of Chandelure are said to burn with the intensity of 1,000 souls, each flicker a testament to the lives it has consumed. It haunts abandoned mansions and grand estates, its presence filling the air with an unsettling aura of death and decay. Some say that the souls trapped within its flames are forever doomed to wander the spirit world, their energy eternally fueling Chandelure's infernal glow. But what are the ethical implications of Litwick, Lampent, and Chandelure's actions? Are they malevolent creatures, deliberately preying on the innocent for their own gain? Or are they simply acting on instinct, driven by a primal hunger that they cannot control? The answer, like the flickering flames that define them, is shrouded in ambiguity. These Pokémon are not inherently evil, but their actions have undeniable consequences. They exist in a grey area, a moral twilight where the lines between predator and guide, between life and death, become blurred. Consider the perspective of a Litwick, a creature born with an innate need to consume life energy. It doesn't understand the concept of morality, the difference between right and wrong. It simply follows its instincts, drawn to the warmth of life, seeking to sustain its own existence. Is it fair to condemn a creature for acting in accordance with its nature? Similarly, Lampent, driven by its evolved instincts, seeks out lost souls, guiding them towards the afterlife while subtly feeding on their energy. Is it offering a service, a spectral escort to the beyond? Or is it merely exploiting the vulnerable, preying on their confusion and despair? And what of Chandelure, the ultimate consumer of souls? Is it a malevolent entity, trapping its victims in eternal torment? Or is it simply a powerful force of nature, a living embodiment of the cycle of life and death? These are not easy questions to answer. The actions of Litwick, Lampent, and Chandelure force us to confront our own understanding of morality, to question the nature of good and evil, and to consider the complexities of the natural world. Perhaps the key lies in understanding the cycle of life and death itself. In nature, everything is interconnected, a delicate balance of predator and prey, of consumption and renewal. Life feeds on life, energy is transferred from one organism to another, and nothing is ever truly lost. Litwick, Lampent, and Chandelure are simply a part of this cycle, albeit a somewhat unsettling one. They consume life energy, but that energy is not destroyed. Instead, it is transformed, fueling their own growth and evolution, ultimately contributing to the overall balance of the ecosystem. It's a chilling thought, but perhaps there is a strange beauty in it as well. These Pokémon remind us that death is not an end, but a transition, a transfer of energy from one form to another. They are a living testament to the interconnectedness of all things, a reminder that even in the darkest of corners, life finds a way to persist. But what does this mean for those who fall victim to their deceptive flames? Is there any hope for the souls consumed by Chandelure, or are they doomed to eternal torment? The answer once again is shrouded in mystery. Some believe that the souls trapped within Chandelure's flames eventually find their way to the afterlife, their energy slowly released back into the world. Others believe that they remain trapped, their essence forever bound to the chandelier, their cries echoing in the flickering flames. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between. Perhaps the souls are not entirely lost but transformed, their energy becoming a part of Chandelure's own being, their memories and experiences subtly influencing its actions. It's a haunting thought, the idea that these Pokémon are not simply consuming energy, but also absorbing the essence of those they consume. This raises even more questions about the nature of identity, the meaning of existence, and the ultimate fate of our souls. Are we simply energy, destined to be consumed and transformed by the forces of nature? Or is there something more, something that transcends the physical realm, something that endures beyond the cycle of life and death? The story of Litwick, Lampent, and Chandelure is a dark and unsettling one, but it's also a powerful reminder of the mysteries that lie hidden within the world of Pokémon. It challenges us to question our assumptions, to confront our fears, and to consider the ethical implications of even the most seemingly harmless creatures. These Pokémon are not simply monsters to be feared, but complex beings with their own motivations, their own struggles, and their own place in the grand tapestry of life. By understanding their story, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the intricate web of relationships that connects all living things, and a greater understanding of the forces that shape our own existence. The flickering flames of Litwick, Lampent and Chandelure serve as a constant reminder of the fragility of life, the inevitability of death, and the enduring power of the cycle of consumption and renewal. They are a chilling symbol of the darkness that lies hidden beneath the surface, a reminder that even the most innocent appearances can be deceiving. So the next time you find yourself wandering through a dimly lit forest, and you see a faint, ethereal glow in the distance, remember the story of Litwick, and be wary of the deceptive allure of its flame. For within that gentle light lies a hunger that knows no bounds, a quiet reminder that even the smallest flame can cast both warmth and shadow. Litwick's glow comforts the weary, yet beneath its soft light lingers the truth of how fragile life's energy truly is. And so our journey through the myths of the Pokémon world comes to a close. We've wandered through grief and hope, through sorrow and rebirth. We've seen how even in darkness meaning can be found, and how every legend, no matter how haunting, carries a spark of understanding within it. Perhaps that is the truest lesson of all, that light and shadow are never separate, but forever intertwined. Every loss carries a memory, every flame holds a story, and every Pokémon, no matter how mysterious or forgotten, reflects a piece of the world's soul, and our own. So as the final embers fade, let that thought rest with you. May the light guide your dreams, and may the stories you've heard tonight linger softly, long after you drift to sleep. If this story resonated with you, there's plenty more. Click the video on screen to keep the journey going, or dive into the full Pokémon playlist for more stories, memories, and deep dives. Whichever path you choose, I'll see you there, trainer.